The name is Jarbo, and film Twitter is a trap. Sliding through the feed like a shadow in the night. These blue check agents got their gadgets all wrong, alright. Actually, the framing is the only thing that matters. Some keyboard 007 dropping pure chatter. Hot takes firing like silence pistols in the dark. Everything's made from a dude lost in the park. They worship their letterbox like sacred scrolls, fouling nonsense that would make them lose control. I'm Agent 6666, licensed to kill, surrounded by mongoloids on this digital thrill. Mongoloids crawling through my scroll. Film Twitter's a circus, losing all control. Bro, the color grading, no, the subtext sucks. These fools couldn't analyze a goddamn parking lot. What the fuck? Mongoloids spouting their trash. Pretentious midwits doing the cinema sash. Came for the movies, got stuck in the pain, drowning in a sea of smooth brain takes again. One fool says Citizen Kane is overrated slop. Next genius claims Transformers need the Oscar drop. They cancel icons faster than a bad romance, then crown the next messiah with performative dance. Shamisen slicing through the air, whose cry? Franchises are dead from another low IQ spy. Ratioed by bots and armchair philosophers, all sounding like they studied film in their therapist mirrors. Deep undercover in the city at parade. One more brain dead thread and I'm gonna detonate. Mongoloids crawling through my scroll. Film Twitter's a circus, losing all control. Bro, the color grading, no, the subtext sucks. These fools couldn't analyze a goddamn parking lot. What the fuck? Mongoloids spouting their trash. Pretentious midwits doing the cinema sash. Came for the movies, got stuck in the pain, drowning in a sea of smooth brain takes again. They fight over aspect ratios like it's nuclear war. Their opinion's shallower than a Russian whore. One more objective review from Mad Max Movie Guys 420. I'm about to go wrong. Burn this whole feed down. Yo. Shakuhachi screaming like the end is near. This mission's gone sideways in the land of the sheer. Mongoloids! Mongoloids! Taking over the app. Film Twitter's a madhouse and I'm caught in the trap. Hot garbage opinions with soy latte spike. Block one idiot, 20 more appear in the night. Mongoloids! Yeah, I'm surrounded, man. Still scrolling deep with this golden gun in hand. One day I'll escape this wretched domain. But tonight, pass the martini and the fucking brain. Mission failed, but the view was spectacular. Film Twitter, you magnificent bastards.
There we go. If I could only make sure that I was on the right thing. How's it going, everybody? Let me just double check what's going on here. I'm still getting used to this mixer. Make sure my audio is good. Let me know if I sound good, if I sound like shit. At least it's not yesterday. So let me tell y'all a story. So on Monday night when I was streaming, I had taken some anti-anxiety medicine. Hadn't ever taken it before. And I wasn't really feeling anything, right? I was like, all right, but I was getting a bit more agitated on Monday. A little bit weird. So then yesterday, holy fuck, I was hungover. Like all day hungover, couldn't think straight hungover. Not only that, I took the kids bowling on Monday, and my fat body is not used to like bowling. And I pulled a muscle or I pulled something. So my entire right side is in excruciating pain and has been since yesterday. So we'll see how long I make it tonight. Sitting here is going to be something. But I wanted to go live regardless, since we got stuff to talk about, like whether or not the Minions supported the Führer. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. I mean, that's an actual topic of conversation now, right? Here we go. This is, you saw him on the thumbnail. This is little Goebbels, right? Our boy little Goebbels here might be wondering what's going on with all this. Well, interestingly enough, there's really not much more to go on here. Interestingly enough, though, there was an interview conducted with Pierre Coffin, the man behind the Minions, the man who voices the Minions, the man who is the Minions. Minionese comes from him. All right. Minionese comes from this gentleman. And he was interviewed about the new movie, Minions and Monsters. Comes out today, I think. And, or tomorrow. Yeah, no, today, I think. And, they were like, hey, they caught on to something. They picked up on something here. And that is, wait, hold on here. Because you said in the movie that the Minions were in a cave from 1812 until 1968, right? 1812 to 1968, long time. 150 years of weird minion inbreeding happening in a cave. Okay. But they also established in the new Minions movie, I haven't seen it, but this is from a reviewer, from a reporter doing the hard work, right? The hard journalism, the journalism y'all need to know about. And this person asks Pierre Coffin, like, well, hold on, we learned in this movie that there were other tribes of minions, meaning that there were some minions that were not involved in the cave situation from 1812 to 1968, those century and a half years worth of minions sitting around and walloping around in their own shit, right? There is obviously something there. There's other minions that were out there doing minion things. Right. And what's a minion's job? A minion's job is to go and try to find the most dastardly person that they can in order to help that despicable individual. So then the question becomes, obviously, did the minions help with the Adolf Hitler? Was the minions Nazis? Think about it for a second. Right? Average minion. Let me go and try to find just an average look of a minion here. All right. And you guys look at the minion, generally speaking. Yellow, blonde skin. All right. This one here has blue eyes, or brown eyes, but they could have blue eyes as well. And imagine, if you will, a blonde-skinned, blue-eyed minion being who Hitler found when he was simply a painter. Imagine the origins of Hitler. He wanted to be a painter, yes, just get the brushstrokes just right, and then all of a sudden they come stumbling in the room. They knock over his easel. Now he's mad, right? Because he's like, I want to be a painter. And they're like, no, mini boss, no, and then from there, he realizes that he hates the Jews. I don't know. And then they go from there. But it's one of those things where we have to ask the honest question. Are the minions Nazis? Could the minions have been Nazis? Why did I do you hear the weirdest accents. I could do an Australian and you're going to hear a Southern belle. Spherical Man, I'm telling you, go to Walmart, go get some earwax softener. couple droplets in each ear, lay on one side 10 minutes, then go and get what's known as they have like a little ear plunger you can get, right? You fill it with warm tap water, you bend over the sink, and you just start douching your ear. After a while, it will loosen up all the fucking earwax, and then you'll be able to hear again. Okay, but you need to douche your ears, buddy. All right. So the Minions hate Jews. I can't say if the Minions hate Jews. I don't think they do. But this is a question, right? And so when asked about this, Pierre Coffin, I don't use the wrong accents. You literally hear the wrong thing. You literally hear the wrong thing every time. Okay, hold on. Which accent am I doing right now? Potato, potato, Guinness, potato. There's only one answer, and you're going to say the wrong one. I know you. You've been doing this for years now, right? You're going to do the wrong accent. You're going to say the wrong thing because I know you. That's what you do. Anyway, no, I don't keep calling out the wrong accents. You call out they sound wrong to you. That was not Scottish. Oh my fucking God. See, this is what I'm talking about. Guinness, potato. With Guinness, potato, right? Right? What is Guinness? Where does Guinness come from? That was not a horrible accent, you fucking people. Jesus Christ. Where does you fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. I know you do that too. God damn it. Why do I let you get away with that shit? Cocksucker. Anyway, you're fucking up my flow. Okay. So anyway, Nazi Minions, maybe. I don't know. Thank you. At least Rational doesn't have a cock in his ear. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. God damn it. You fucking bastard. Anyway. All right. I just wanted to start. That's basically about it. Oh yeah, no, Pierre Coffin had said that the other tribes of the other Minions were also in that same cave. He doesn't want to answer if the Minions would have been around during World War II or World War I or the Industrial Revolution, right? Or, the end of the Victorian era, or the rise of the Victorian era, or I don't know, like the American Civil War, like literally it, like that was it. Did they even help fight in the American Revolution? Right? No, probably not. Is it a plot hole? I don't know. It's just they don't want to invoke Nazis. This is $1 billion franchise. They don't want to invoke Nazis. I totally get that. If for one, it's one of the funniest, stupid, goddamn jokes I could think of anyway. Especially because I was able to get Grok to do this. I don't even know how I was able to get Grok to do it. This is the original generation. This is it.
Banana, bello Untertanen. Minions, wir müssen die Welt erobern. Gelato, para todos.
I have no idea what he says. I literally just told Grok, have him speak Minionese. That was it. And then it was very German. It was a very German sound in Minionese. Banana, gelato. Some words I understand. I thought, but it sounds very ein, zwei. Very, very German. Very good. And this is, I'm telling you guys, the next Minion movies are all going to be done with AI. They're all going to be done with AI. It's going to be fucking fantastic. Because these are already considered low grade slop anyway. Here's the thing when it comes to Illumination movies, right? Like theoretically, at this point, these movies are making more money than Disney to some extent, like not entirely, but their movies are they're made for cheap, like way cheaper than a Pixar movie, and they gross way more money. And some people are just out there going like, yes, but those movies, they're slop. They're just terrible. Yeah, I was rewatching Sing yesterday with my 6-year-old. And I've watched Sing now. It's been 10 years. The movie's been out. I saw it in theaters when it came out. Loved it then. Loved it now. Still love it. That's the thing is like I've watched this movie countless times with my kids. Is it a great film? Yes, Sing and Sing 2 are great films. Sing 1 better than Sing 2, but they're great films. And then you watch it and you're like, yeah, but does Illumination reuse assets? Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Do they make it simple? Yes. Yes, they do. Have they gotten better since, Sing? Because Trolls and Sing came out like almost like 2 months from each other, right? Like there was like, we're talking like early November 2016 or late October 2016 for Trolls. And then it was December 2016 for Sing. And you're like, those two movies back to back. Illumination was doing really, really, really well at that time. So Fourth Year says that new Disney movie about witches is coming under fire for looking like AI. People saying it looks terrible. They're not saying that like the AI is not the problem. What they're talking about is the framing of the image. Okay. Like the framing of the image is the big problem for that. So in many ways, what's happening is they centered the frame. All right. And they did. There's a lot of shots that they show in the trailer that are centered. And so the idea there is that TikToking, right? For social media posting, being able to have your main character centered in the frame makes it easier to clip up, share around, and get people talking about it, which, look, is probably to some extent true. But I watched the trailer and I was like, it just looks like a standard Disney movie. And by the way, it's not even done by Pixar. It's done by Walt Disney Animation, which is also the one that made Wish. This looks very similar to that, right? It's not fully doing like DreamWorks face, but it's definitely like close. There is a certain type of look, visual aesthetic that their character models have. It goes back to like Tangled. If you think about it, Tangled Tangled is phenomenal. It's coming up on 16. Can you believe that? This September. And or this fall, and it's such a good movie, but it is really the first one that kind of locked in that style. And then they repeated that for Frozen a couple years later. Because I remember I was at the drive-in and we had the trailers for Frozen, and the trailers made Frozen out to be a lot different of a movie than it was. It was like, Olaf and funny and shit. It's a terrible movie. Frozen 2 is even worse. I don't even know how you make a worse movie than Frozen, but you do. It's called Frozen 2. And Frozen 3, Jesus Christ, Jennifer Lee needs to stop. She's in charge of Walt Disney Animation. Have you wondered how Walt Disney Animation has gone to shit in recent years? I'm going to tell you why. The answer, Jennifer fucking Lee. That's the reason why it's gone to shit. If you go back and I'm sorry, I'm going to bitch about this for a second. You watch the movie Frozen and you can tell Frozen was written by a lady. And I'm not saying that in like a denigrating way, right? But like when you're watching, it's about two sisters and whatever. So you can kind of understand it would be written by a lady, right? That's not what I'm talking about though, right? Sisterly bond aside. Okay. Someone hurt Jennifer Lee. All right. Whoever was like Hans of the Southern Isles or whatever the fuck, Christoph of the Southern Isles, whatever the fuck, right? His name was the guy that she meets, and she immediately is like, I want your dick in me. I get it. You have a younger sister. She's like the younger princess. She's, isolated from everyone else. Her own family wants nothing to do with her because she doesn't know why her parents are dead. All of this shit. Finally, the coronation happens. Finally, they're going to open the gates. Finally, they're going to bring everybody in. And the first dude she meets, she gets wetter than fucking spring. And she's like, just put it in me, damn. She's just like, fucking give it to me. They do a whole song about it. Love is an open door, whatever the fuck it is, right? They do a whole ass song. And then she's like, I want to marry this guy, like right away. Doesn't even get the tip or nothing. Just fucking automatically right away wants to fucking marry this dude. Why? She wants validation. She wants love, but she also wants that dick. Let's be fair. She horny. I get it. It's fine. It's cool. But you look at this then through like the entirety of the story of Frozen, okay? Like Princess Anna and this Hans of the, what's his name? Not Christoph. No, is it Hans of the Southern? It doesn't fucking matter, right? The douche. Okay. And then like, she's like, I love you. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, let's get married. And he's like, hell yeah. And then Elsa's like, I forbid it. And then all the shit goes down, right? And then Anna's like, I'm going to go get my sister. While I am gone, you dude who I just met, who I don't even really know your name necessarily, or that's just me. You're now the one in charge of all of Arendelle, right? So she fucking fucks off and goes off after her sister. Makes sense. It's an adventure story, okay? She goes off and she leaves this dude. She leaves this guy who she just met 20 minutes prior in charge of the entirety of the country, of the city, to provide aid, to provide support, to provide leadership in times of this eternal winter that has just descended down upon the area, right? So then we get one more shot of this dude. We get one cutaway back to this guy later on, and he is telling the people there, make sure these guys have blankets, make sure these people have food, make sure these people are warm and looked after. We see him being the leader. We see him being the man that she believed he was. We see him like going into that role, okay? And then the next time we see him, he's basically just like, no one ever loved you, you dumb cunt. Oh, did you think I loved you? Oh, fucking no. You know, oh, look at you. Oh, you're fucking turning into fucking frozen shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to watch you die while I fucking beat off on your face. Your tears are going to be my jizz. Like, that's literally like just how bad the storytelling was here, right? So in that moment, you're watching this movie in this complete heel turn of a character that we have no reason to see coming, like none. There's nothing that like if he was part of the Duke of Wesselton's fucking crew, at least that makes some sense. We know the Duke is a douchebag. We know the Duke is up to no good. But what we don't know is that other guy is not up to any fucking good. They never telegraph any of that until that third act fucking twist, right? That lead into the climax. And I'm watching this movie like opening night at the drive-in with my buddy Bob, or watching this movie. That part happens. I look at him and go, this movie was written by a lady who had her heart broken. And he's like, probably, you know, and it's just that fucking instantaneous heel turn of a character that never had that properly telegraphed. It's terrible storytelling. Terrible fucking storytelling. Okay. And as a result of that, like $1 billion fucking movie, you know, but it had a good soundtrack, I guess. If you, well, Let It Go. And then there's good songs. And I will say this, as much as I fucking hate Frozen and Frozen 2, there was that one short film that they put out in front of Cinderella, right? It was the Frozen, it was a Christmas cold, whatever it was, Elsa Has a Cold. That's a cute little short. The other shorts that they've done are actually pretty good. So I won't poo-poo the whole thing, but I fucking hate the movies. My point, though, because I've been on a ramble, my whole point is that Disney has been maintaining that particular Eastern, like that, particularly not Eastern, but that particular European look for a while now. It was only like when they did Turning Red, that they made everyone look like Steven Universe characters. But I'm not even knocking Turning Red. I fucking love that movie. I think Turning Red's amazing. I love the message of that movie. I love the soundtrack of that movie. You know, if we actually had a boy band like the band from that fucking movie, I would listen to that shit because it's fucking great. But my whole point is that the animation on Frozen stems from Tangled. So even Hexed stems from Tangled. All right. The Duke of Weezen Oil. Yeah, sure. What? Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, there is accusations of AI for Hexed. I don't believe it. Disney just has a style. They have a style now. Like DreamWorks has a style. They got the DreamWorks face. You all know the DreamWorks face, right? Come on. Like that is not something that's unknown. You guys got to know the DreamWorks face. I mean, this is literally a goddamn trope. You know, that's a terrible image. It's the right image, but it's a terrible thing. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Here. Too many fucking tabs. All right, here we go. DreamWorks face. All right. This is the DreamWorks face. I don't know. I mean, even Buzz Lightyear, which came out well before DreamWorks, but you know, still Coraline. I don't know why Coraline would have that. Or the Emoji Movie, or Shrek. Really only like how many actual DreamWorks movies are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Over the Hedge is a DreamWorks movie. That's actually a pretty fun movie too. I liked Over the Hedge, but it is this kind of like clever asymmetrical smirk with the crooked eyebrows. I mean, it was popularized with Megamind, but there's a lot of people, a lot of things that have used the DreamWorks face. Like for example, here's actual DreamWorks face. I mean, can you name these movies? Can you name these movies? I can name most of them. Obviously, up here in the top left corner, we got our boy Jay, right? Is that who it was? Either way, Woody Allen in the 1998 movie Ants, which I actually watched last year with my daughter. And yeah, you know what? I still like the movie quite a bit, but it's what the fuck. Then you got Brad Pitt here in Prince of Egypt. And then I'm assuming this other lady here is also from Prince of Egypt. Then you've got, I don't know the character name, but that is from El Diablo. Sorry, El Dorado, The Road to El Dorado. I'm assuming, and then the other guy here is, no, this is Sinbad. Didn't they do a Sinbad movie? They did a Sinbad movie, right? I think that's what this guy smirking and then this dog smirking. And then you've got Spirit, as voiced by Matthew Damon. Interestingly enough, though, that horse who was the model for Spirit just passed away like within the last 2 months. Yeah, here's that. That's a little trivia for you right there. Okay, a little trivia for you. And so there's that, and then you've got the obviously Shrek and Donkey. You've got a Fishtail, Madagascar, Over the Hedge, a B movie, Kung Fu Panda 1, Angelina Jolie's character from Kung Fu Panda. You got Monsters versus Aliens. That is the I think that's the Will Arnett character, isn't it? Then you've got this alien chick. I don't know what that alien is. That from Megamind? Looks like it's from Megamind, but like Megamind, like the animated movie. Then you've got Hugh Laurie, also from Monsters and Aliens. Rumpelstiltskin, which is not another name for foreskin, from Shrek Forever After. Yeah, I bet I know that one, right? By the way, Walter Dorn is the voice of Rumpelstiltskin, who I also think went on to go direct Trolls. You got the Penguin. You've got Brad Pitt's character from Megamind. Megamind himself, Will Ferrell, and Antonio Banderas, Puss and Boots. Emma Stone in The Croods. Love The Croods, by the way. Great film. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, highly underrated. If you've seen Mr. Peabody and Sherman and you like it, let me know, because I feel like I'm like the only asshole that likes that, because I also grew up with Rocky and Bullwinkle. So I grew up with Mr. Peabody and Sherman. My dad had the collections on VHS for Rocky and Bullwinkle. So when I came to visit, I just watched a fuck ton of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Then you've got, I'm going to say it's one down here at the bottom. Right here. This girl with the green eyes. I bet you. Does anyone know? I know. Does anyone know? I know. I know who it is. I have fucking kids. I have kids. I don't mind the movie, to be honest with you. Fucking her song in the movie, though, is actually came on the radio the other day. My daughters are like, "It's from home." And then you've got the Wolf and the Penguin, Benedict Cumberbatch, and then the voice of the Penguin for the Penguins of Madagascar movie. Either way, the DreamWorks face is a real fucking thing. Okay, you still need to watch Puss in Boots. Are you talking about like which Puss in Boots though? The first one or the one from The Last Wish? The first one, it's fine. It's fun. It's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. Okay, like it's like out of all the Shrek movies, that one is the lowest one, right? Some people might go, but what about Shrek 3? Shrek 3 is a sequel to Shrek 2. Okay. Now that we know that, Shrek 3 goes up in the ranking. Obviously, it's Shrek 2, Shrek 3. Sorry, no, the rankings would be Shrek 1, Shrek 2, Shrek 4, Shrek 3. Fuck. Actually, it'd be Shrek 1, Shrek 2, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and that can interchange with Shrek 2, to be honest with you. Then Shrek 4, then Shrek 3, then Puss in Boots. I think that's the accurate right there. You never got to see Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Dude, it was on Netflix. It was pretty solid. I liked it. Yeah. I liked Peabody and Sherman. Because again, I grew up watching it. So, DreamWorks versus Pixar. I would probably go for DreamWorks. I probably would. I would most likely go for DreamWorks. If I love Pixar, but if you were to like put me against like, would you rather watch the Toy Story movies or the Shrek films? I'd probably be like, you know what, man, I would rather do the Shrek movies. It's not that I don't love Toy Story. I absolutely do. But I would be like, I don't want like stories that are always about identity, because that's every Toy Story movie is about fucking identity. It's what it is. The Shrek movies have a lot of other things that are good. Shrek 1's about identity, but but Shrek 2 is not. Well, I mean, I guess every movie's kind of about identity if you really think about it. But like the themes of Toy Story are like always about identity. Let's see. DreamWorks versus Pixar versus Disney Animation versus WB Animation versus Sony Animation. God, that's a tough one. I would go DreamWorks versus Pixar, DreamWorks versus Disney Animation, DreamWorks versus Warner Brothers Animation, DreamWorks versus Sony Animation, Sony. Because not only is like I think I've always felt Sony has been underrated in that quality department, and I'm talking all the way back to like Surf's Up. Okay. But like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is wonderful. Surf's Up's amazing. I mean, of course, K-pop Demon Hunters and Goat. Goat is really fucking good, man. I saw that with my kid. We watched that again the other day. That's a really solid movie. And then of course, yeah, you've got like, the Spider-Verse movies and shit. Like, yeah, fucking Sony Animation, dude. Like they're pretty top, they're pretty peak. For what they've done, they're pretty fucking peak. Willie here is bringing up the donkey getting his own movie. That is true. I don't quite know what they're going to do with that. They're saying that they want it to be an origin story of the donkey, but it's like, what are we going to learn? How we got the ability to speak. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be about it. Like, okay, all right, sure. Yeah. Okay. Like that's what we're getting out of this one. And I'm not against it. I want to see what's going to happen with all that shit, to be fair. Give me more Shrek, man. I can't wait for Shrek 5. Absolutely. I just got Shrek 1 through 4 the other day. I just got Shrek 1 through 4 the other day. 4K. I was gonna make a joke about how if anyone is looking for me to do any patio commentaries, Arrow has got their summer sale going on, and a lot of movies are $25, which would basically be like an Arrow movie for a patio commentary. Just putting that out there. Just gonna fucking use there's Snakes on a Plane, Under Siege, Red Sonja, some movies I don't have. Kung Fu Panda and Over the Hedge are so good. Yeah, I liked Over the Hedge quite a bit. Bruce Willis was great. Gary Shandling was great in that one too. Let's see here. You're able to differentiate Pixar and Walt Disney Animation because it's starting to look the same. No, I'm able to differentiate Pixar and Walt Disney Animation because I just know the studios and the quality of output. Pixar has maintained a certain level of quality ever since John Lasseter left. Walt Disney Animation has not. Right? Like what exactly has Walt Disney Animation done in the last couple of years that makes you go, wow, fucking Walt Disney Animation has done so good? Ooh, like nothing. Like really nothing. There's not much of anything. And that is a sad thing, to be honest with you. Like that is a sad thing because, you would like Walt Disney Animation to kick out, start doing some shit. But really what's going on is just that it's like they don't happen to have the leadership right now to really kind of tell these particular stories, and that's just the truth of it. They don't have the leadership right now to push you in a place where you're really going to feel, like you're really going to get something out of it. I don't know what it is. Is it Jennifer Lee? Yeah, probably. To be fair, probably Jennifer Lee. All right, let me get to some super chats here because you guys have been very generous and I got off on a tangent. All right, H. Bart's here says, so many people got butthurt. I said, I don't care if console has disc anymore. They said I was anti-physical media. Sure, pal. I just own 500 Blu-rays. And that's the thing. So what's going on today is there's a lot going on right now with physical media. There's and even Rational's comment there is super chat's also on the same subject. So let me kind of address this one and then address the other one as well. So he says here, just wait for physical media for films will slowly be phased out to film collecting. The film collecting hobby isn't big enough for studios to justify it. See, here's the thing with that. It is, but it is just not in the way that you think. Okay. So when we talk about Blu-ray, there's 3 formats, right? There's DVD, there's Blu-ray, and there's 4K. 4K right now has adoption rates, but they're slower, but they are aimed at more of the boutique and collectors angle. All right. So we know that. And we also know that Blu-rays still sell, but still don't sell as much as DVDs. DVDs still sell a lot A lot. A lot. They do. They sell a lot every single week. I don't know who's buying them. I don't know why they're being bought, but they are. They're being bought. And this is just, domestic numbers. We don't know how much money is made off of physical media in other countries. We have no way of knowing. Those numbers are not reported to us. We have to remember that a lot of information, a lot of data, especially about ancillary earnings or any of the other facets of where a company makes money, especially a Hollywood studio, we're not given any of that information right off the bat or ever, really. Like, we might occasionally get a glimpse behind the curtain, but it's never a complete image and we never have all the details. So I looked it up, right? So right now, yearly home video sales, or home video earnings collectively for Hollywood is somewhere around $57.2 billion a year, with the vast majority of that being streaming. So that's why streaming is not going anywhere. The digital sales do very well. Digital rentals do very well. That is money that, Universal themselves has come out and said since 2020, when they put Trolls World Tour for rental or for purchase during the pandemic. And they said this like 3 years ago in 2023, they had made like $1 billion off of those deals. So they make a lot of money. Disney made $250 million, I think, off of what was it? Was it Black Widow, or was it? No, I think Black Widow was like 125 million or something, but like Mulan did a lot. Jungle Cruise did a lot when they were doing like the day and date shit on Disney Plus during the pandemic or just post the pandemic. So there's a lot of money to be made in those categories. There's a lot of money there. So no one's denying that the proliferation of streaming has cut into the home video market. But Sony's announcement today to start getting rid of disk drives, and Xbox basically saying we're kind of doing the same thing, even though the difference between the two is that Sony's like, we're just going to say, fuck you. Xbox is like, we're going to try to figure out how to get it to where if you have the disc version of the game, you can get it digitally so you still have access to it. But I also am under the, look, I support physical media, obviously, but at the same time, I'm realistic about it. Boutique labels make enough money to warrant licensing out the movies to do remasters. If that was the case, Arrow Video wouldn't be putting out banger after banger after fucking banger. Okay. Umbrella Films, 88 Films, fucking Kino Lorber, fucking Vinegar Syndrome, fucking, a bunch of these boutiques and more are going to pop up over time. But those movies are being sold to the middle-aged collector tier audience, with some people being a little bit younger, like HWAD, who likes to collect. But that is the key facet there, is that a lot of these particular companies are making enough money to warrant what they're doing. And as a result of that, that number is picking up. It's growing. There is a lot of boutique buyers that are out there. And even though the home video market right now does equal just less than 1 billion annually, that number will probably not go up. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be great. But I do think it will stabilize, and I think it will find itself in a position to where people are going to start looking at the overall costs of everything and going like, I would just rather find a way to buy this. But the other thing that you're not taking into account is that there's already been a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks that are made, right? Those physical media discs are in the wild, and you can buy, rent, loan, borrow, whatever, man, right? From on this. And so as a result of that, those are going to continuously be circulated around. Those are going to be what ends up kind of, holding on. People are buying. Gen Z actually right now is actually being reported as buying DVD players for like 25, 30 bucks, going to the library and renting DVDs, or going to Walmart and buying cheap DVDs for like $5, or going to, like garage sales, thrift shops, whatever, Goodwill, whatever. And they're buying DVDs. Okay. To them, the quality level is really not anything that they're worried about, because honestly, like, the fact that a DVD is literally 720p, which is almost what everyone watches YouTube on their television. You definitely watch it at a lower resolution on your fucking phone. Okay. Depending on the device that you're doing it on, you are usually watching it at just high definition, like 720p, not even 1080p. You can have the option of upscaling if you want, but most people just kind of let it decide. They don't care. Netflix will oftentimes not even output in 720p. I tried watching a movie a while back and it was like looking like shit and it was broadcasting in 480. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'll just go bootleg this movie. I'll go pirate this fucking movie in 1080p to get better quality and I don't got to fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not giving me what I want. And that's the other part of this as well, is that people will justify the entertainment. But if the entertainment is something that they feel is constantly coming and going because of these rights issues that are going on with all of these outlets, right? Look at Sony and the fact that they are losing 508 movies from their library in the UK because they lost the licensing for it. This has happened recently, even on Amazon. There was a video I saw of a woman freaking out, like justifiably freaking out, because she was wanting to take a look. You know, she was wanting to watch Hunger Games. She had spent $40 and bought like the 4-pack on Amazon Prime Video. They had lost the license for like that specific version or something, so it was inaccessible. She had paid $40. They had the movie there. It was available as a single standalone. You could buy or rent for whatever, but she had already paid for it and did not get access to it. That's a problem. And the more that happens, the more people are going to stop and be like, all right, I'd rather just buy this shit myself, even if it's at a fucking discount. There's a reason why right now Barnes & Noble is doing a 50% off Criterion sale. Fuckers are stocking up. I looked at it. There wasn't really anything there new that I wanted to get my hands on. Arrow just said that they're doing their mid-year sale right now. So stuff I wanted to get at the beginning of the year that I didn't have money for, Snakes on a Plane, Under Siege, those I can go and get now for a good fucking deal. You know, like Barnes & Noble will do a half off Arrow sale here pretty soon. You wait for the sales. And the thing is, though, is that the FOMO, they know that the FOMO works for certain movies. Other people will wait. The same thing happens in the gaming market as well. People are buying games. They haven't stopped buying games, but they're buying them at discounted prices. They're not buying them as much right away unless it's something that is like a big deal. Like, you know, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a huge one on that one. And so that is one thing we have to remember here, is that with all of this stuff, as the market changes, certain things will increase and certain things will decrease, but that doesn't mean they go away. So to go back to your point, will physical media eventually be phased out? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Not while people out there still go on fucking the internet and like show off their collections. Okay. There's a, like, I got a post coming out and I'm going to talk about this other thing too. This segues, trust me. So like, I got a post on Twitter that's dropping here pretty soon in the morning. And it's about October 4th, 1994. Now, none of you are going to know what the fuck I'm talking about just by dropping a random date for, 30 fucking 2 years ago almost. But October 4th, 1994 was the day Jurassic Park came to VHS. Right? And I remember I was in middle school at the time. I remember getting out of school, going to the mall, getting my copy. I had already dropped the $5 pre-order. I finished paying the rest of it off with my allowance money. And I had my copy of Jurassic Park on VHS. Now, granted, this was the full screen version because I'm an idiot. Okay. So I bought the full screen version because that's what they had at the time. They had the pan and scan. It was widescreen letterboxing was a speciality back in the day. All right. No one liked it because no one had the TV, nobody wanted to watch the black bars on it. I think the first letterbox movie I remember watching was like The Color Purple. I'd rented that or some shit like that. It was in letterbox and I was like, oh, all right. Can't see shit. I had a little 12-inch fucking color TV. But either way, man, I fucking went home that night and like my stepdad, first thing he wanted to do was watch Jurassic Park. So we, made dinner, popped it in, and we all watched Jurassic Park. He did the same thing. Like 7 years later, I think. We had moved to San Diego at that point. He had gone out and bought this like 65-inch CRTV, this big fucking behemoth of a motherfucker, right? Huge TV, a 3-disc Blu-ray player. I think it was a 5.1 surround sound system. They had a lot in their tax return back then. So they were like, let's go fucking blow, like set up our home media system, right? So right around that time, this would have been 2000, the end of 2000, I think. X-Men and Gladiator came out on DVD. And I went out and I bought both. Right? And again, I came back. I said, I got X-Men. My stepdad's like, fucking turn off the lights. Let's throw it in. Cranks up the fucking surround sound, and we just watched X-Men. 65-inch DVD, fucking 720p quality and shit. We watched it. And just that opening of like Magneto in the concentration camp, and like the sound of like the metal bending and the kid crying and the rain gushing and everyone yelling and screaming. Like it just sounded fucking phenomenal. And we did it a couple times. That was his go-to movie. Like if he wanted to watch, he would just put on X-Men. I had to leave it out there and shit. I didn't have a DVD player in my room yet, so I still had the TV VHS combo. But that's what it was. That's what we did back in the day. And kids these days, the younger kids these days that never grew up with that shit, they don't fucking know. All right. And I don't blame them for not knowing, but there's something about the tangibility of holding the movie in your hand, of holding that disc in your hand and knowing that this is yours to do with what you want. Right? You can sit there and put that on your shelf. I remember we were filming something somewhere when I was in college. I forget exactly. It doesn't even really matter. We were filming at this guy's house. And I remember going on in, and this dude had like his whole like living room wall was just nothing but library of DVDs. Right. And I'm looking through like, there's some shit, there's some obscure shit. And I'm talking with the guy there, about it. I'm like, man, this is fucking cool. He had the, the version of RoboCop you get now, right? The unrated version of RoboCop. Like he had that back then on DVD. And he was like, hey, if you give me a few minutes, I'll burn you a copy of it, which he never did, the son of a bitch. But either way, the point is, it's like this guy had his physical media collection. This guy loved his physical media collection. He showed it off. Right? People come over. That's a topic of conversation. Cinephiles will do that. They will have their display, out and about. People come on over and they can sit there and be like, oh, this is a good movie, or this is, whatever. It is a talking point. It is like a coffee table with a coffee table book. It's meant to be a conversation starter. Right? It's you like flexing. Let's be real. Let's be fair. Okay. All right. It is a little bit of that shit. All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to deflect and say that never happens. Absolutely fucking happens, right? It is very much that aspect of it. But again, you're flexing to like the people who respect it are the people who you fucking know, the people that you're fucking friends with that come on over and see that shit. And then they're like, damn, we can have conversations. That is why physical media is awesome. That is why it's tangible. That is why it lasts. So people that are out there claiming to be my intellectual opposition, fuck. We got some shit to talk about, guys. Holy fuck. They're mongoloids. They're just fucking stupid. All right. Like single cell amoeba motherfuckers. All right. Because this shit is there for that reason. And if people don't get that, it's about the ownership. It's about the collecting. It's about everything. But at the end of the day, it's something you have access to, you control. Sure, you're buying a single use license for private home exhibition, not public exhibition, but no one's expecting you to have the ability to go out there and display it publicly and make money off of it, right? Or even not make money off of it, but display it publicly. Like there are rules against that. But that is not anything that has ever been brought up, as a form of argument for anything, right? It's not a commonality. People have tried, sure, but they've been shut down, sure. But that's a rare thing. But when you buy it, it's for your home. It's home media, right? That's what it's for. And yet people are just like fucking streaming pilled these days. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, what you don't get on fucking on streaming? You don't get special features. Not that all of them are great, but there's some that have some really big bangers on there. Anyway, thank you for that one. All right. Rationally for 5 says, did you see Sean Astin testify in front of Congress in regards to the No Fakes Act? No, but I actually had queued this up before going live. I was going to check it out, but we haven't done that. So we'll take a look at this here.
For all of human history,
Oops, hold on. Get that louder.
For all of human history, if someone saw your face, they knew it was you. If they heard your voice, they knew you had spoken. For thousands of years, that simple connection was enough. Your face, your voice, your presence, Reality itself was affirmed, and simply put, we knew who we were to each other. Artificial intelligence has begun to intervene and break that ancient connection. Today, someone can realistically make you appear to say something you never said, to endorse something you don't believe in, or even convincingly depict you confessing to something you had no knowledge of. For the first time in human history, the experiences we've always shared are no longer secure. Our relationship to community is distorting, thanks to a wave of technology made widely available without much concern for public safety. For all of human history.
Okay, so he makes an interesting point there. He does. I have long said that even with my support of artificial intelligence and what I think it's going to bring to the creative landscape, what it's already brought to the creative landscape is insurmountable. It's amazing. But there does need to be regulation. There does need to be regulatory action taking place to make sure people's likenesses are protected 100%. But we also have to remember that we do have the tenets of free speech: parody, satire, criticism. Those are things we can do. Commentary, right? The critique, education. Those are facets of our First Amendment rights that are something that will be called into question with a lot of this kind of stuff. And because at the same time, the people that are pushing these, no deep fakes acts, they want sweeping regulatory action to protect themselves. And again, I get it. That's the whole problem with it, right? Is you can look at both sides and be like, yeah, I understand both sides. But fundamentally, where I stand is that free speech needs to be the highest tenet of what's protected. And because without that, we have nothing. And he says there people can make you say things that you didn't say, confess things you have no knowledge about. People can already do that. They can already lie. They can already spread false information. They can go out there and push ideas that are fake in order to defame you, in order to make you appear to have done something that you have not done. And I can actually speak to that specifically right now, tonight, as a matter of fact. So for those of you who have been in this space for a while, you might have seen this guy named Grassy Knowles. He's a ripe old piece of shit, an infirm, diaper-ridden cocksmoker who just has nothing of value to offer anybody and just sits at home all day and tweets. But he doesn't like me, and that's perfectly fucking fine. I don't like him either. I've got him blocked. So this was brought to my attention today. And you might notice something here. I want to show you. So here's this verified Facebook account called Films Stories. Okay. It says here, Marvel is reportedly preparing to publicly unveil Avengers Doomsday trailer during its Saturday night Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con. James Gunn had better be cooking something enormous for his DCU panel. Kevin Feige plays for keeps in Hall H. Marvel took control of that room with Iron Man in 2007. I know because I was there. They did it again in 2010 when the Avengers cast assembled on stage for the first time. I was there for that too. Right? It's a compelling argument. I wrote it. Well, I had it. I conceptualized it. I have AI help generate all, the formatting and everything. But this is the post here. He's trying to make it out to be that he is out there without directly saying it, but attempting to make it to say that I was out here stealing people's content, that I'm out here stealing content and reposting other people's content, when in fact, that entire post was stolen from me and re-uploaded without my permission and re-uploaded without my say-so. Don't believe me? Here he is right here. 18 hours ago, Wednesday, July 1st, 2026 at 4:30 a.m. Here is the full post, right? He just grabbed the whole damn thing. And then here it is. You literally stole my post word for word. This is the full post. You guys can't see it down here, but this was posted June 30th, 2026 at 9:33 p.m. or some shit like that. Right? Can I keep going? Can I zoom in? Okay. I'll go down even further. Fucking shit. All right. But I can't realistically bring it down. All right, hold on. There we go. 9:32 p.m. June 30th. So last night at 9:30 p.m. my time, at least, is when it posted. And he posted it earlier today, 18 hours ago at 4:30 a.m. So it's obvious that this guy stole my post, okay? It's obvious. Any bit of research would actually do it, okay? But then look, we come over here. Here's Degrassi doing it again, right? Making it out to be that I once again stole a post, this time about obsession, okay? Right? And then me saying this, and of course, as I just proved to you, this account steals posts, takes posts that they didn't make, that have the ability to go viral online. And a lot of my posts recently have been. And this is what I'm talking about. So there's no accountability for Degrassi defaming me through lies, right? His implications, he hasn't come out and said anything directly, but his implications are that I'm stealing content, that I'm stealing posts, that I'm acting inappropriately. So, that's all it is. Right? That's all I'm saying. It is very much a thing that I do believe we need to have more regulation on. But that's not going to stop people from defaming you. That's not going to stop people from making it to look at you've done things you haven't done or said things you haven't said. All right? That's not going to change. AI regulation is not going to do that. How come Twitter hasn't done anything on this matter? Because they stole it from Twitter and put it on Facebook. Yeah, Spherical Man. He used to hang out over on Perp Stream. He comes he's like the old guy. He sits in a puddle of his own piss, probably fucking, feeds himself his own fucking dick cheese. He's a fucking douchebag. He really doesn't like me. Like, he just doesn't like me at all. And that's fine. I don't really give a shit if he likes me or doesn't like me. But to go out there and to make those fucking claims, more or less that he's implying heavily that I have been, lifting content, when in reality, it's the other way around. Somebody has done that to me. And I don't really, I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. It's not like the end of the fucking world, Now, I did DM the owners of that particular account and, asked what's up with that, yo. And so I'm waiting to hear back what happens. He's a Snorlax orbiter. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a Snorlax orbiter. A lot of the, I don't want to say a lot of those guys. There's a couple of them hanging out there and shit. But that's kind of the thing that cracks me up, though, is that it's just like, people have been really mad about what I've been posting, in many ways, because, I look at what's going on. I have a take. I do my research. The AI helps me formulate it in a way that is going to be able to help me get it out there. And it just happens to work in some cases, right? And there you go. That's all it is. Now, I will say, though, I fucked up bad. I fucked up the other day. I kind of, the way that Twitter's algorithm works now is really kind of crazy, because the algorithm wants you to they want to post a lot of your shit, but one of my posts blew up and now they're trying to hide it. So check this out. This is weird. Okay. So this is my account, right? So this is like the media stuff I've posted, okay, whatever, right? Different, whatever. All right. And then, you know, usually whatever I post, like from a couple days ago, but no, here it is right here. I found this image on 4chan, and I just said breaking news. Henry Cavill joins Army Hammer in Uwe Boll Citizen Vigilante 2. Right. And then I'm like, well, this joke blew up, right? You know, like a number of hours later, and everything. But it just, I don't know. I got like Boondock Saints, like 3 vibes off this thing. Just made a joke about it. 157,000, almost 158,000 views. And that completely borked my algorithm. Completely killed my algorithm. It torpedoed it yesterday. Well, I can't find that post in certain things. It doesn't pop on up. But apparently there it did. So, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. Oh yeah, sorry. Eric here asking, what the fuck is a Snorlax orbiter? Do I want to know? Do you remember RJ? Eric, we call him Snorlax because he's boring. And he's a dumbass. So that's what happened with that. He's just he's a dummy. Big old dum-dum. So, what else is going on today? Oh yeah. So, this is kind of a crazy one, right? Siren Head, another online, you know, and believe it or not, it actually originated on Tumblr. Right? So this guy Siren Head is an internet horror sensation, and has been picked up now to be a movie that will be written by Zach Krager and directed by Brian Duffield, who directed that one. What was it called? It was is it No One Is Coming to Save You? He's got that new movie Whalefall coming out. But he did that UFO movie that came out last year. I think it's called No One Is Coming to Save You. And I hear that's really good. I might actually try to give that a watch later tonight or something. No One Will Save You. That's what it is. So this is the one that he did. This came out 3 years ago. Wow. Caitlin Dever. I hear it's really good. And so this is one that it's on Tubi right now too, based. So yeah, this is one that's out there, and this guy is going to be directing the Siren Head movie. Well, let's take a look here at what is Siren Head. If you don't know, here's a video. So I don't know much about it. It's a siren-esque creature.
Over the course of various SCP and creepypasta related videos that I've covered on the channel.
Oh no, I can't do the voice. Why do they sound like this? Why do they sound like they've got fucking cotton balls in their fucking mouth? All these guys, they do this. They sound like guys, I'm going to talk to you about this fucking lore. I can't do this fucking lore. Jesus, fucking learn to talk, motherfuckers. Seriously, like all the goddamn time. It's all the fucking, I'm going to bitch about it for a second, but it's like, it's all the fucking time, you guys. Like, it's always just this, like, you won't believe what it always sounds so fucking terrible. God. Look, I understand that not everybody, okay? Like, not everybody has got it. All right, I get it. Okay? All right, I get it that, like, not everybody has got, you know, like a good microphone, okay? But you can fucking enunciate. You can fucking enunciate, God damn it. It's not hard to speak. You do it all the time. So why do they not put any fucking, and this is the thing. This is because you know what it is? No one actually listens to this shit. Right? Like, no one actually fucking listens to this shit. It's just, you guys, you fucking Jesus. Well,
this is Trevor Henderson's most iconic creature. A 40-foot tall monster with sirens where a head should be. It mimics voices, screams, and emergency alerts to lure you in. And once you're close enough, it's already too late. It moves silently, hides in forests, and tears its victims apart in seconds. Guns don't work, running barely helps. If you ever hear a siren in the middle of nowhere, don't look, just run. And that is why this is Trevor Henderson's.
Okay, so that was an idea. better he enunciated, even though he still had that same kind of cadence about it. That's fucking terrible. Jesus, there's so many shorts. I tried watching this one here. This is just no. I just want a brief, like 3-minute. Okay, here we go. Don't be shit. Don't be shit. Don't be shit.
After the viral spread of Slender Man.
Oh my fucking God. Why? 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 Okay, we'll try. We'll try. We'll try. But again, it's like this is.
There's a new monster which has gone viral on the internet.
Look, dude, I get it. I understand. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to fucking do it. Right? Like, I can't. I can't do it. I just need a little video. All right, we'll see what this one is. Is this done in Blender? Yeah, it's done in Blender. I could probably do one of these in Dance. To be fair, Mo, everything on here is awesome. Was that Siren Head? Is that totally not Siren Head? Totally not Siren Head at all. Yeah, okay, then this guy has a new one here. New film out here, Siren Head Awakening. Oh my God. Is this going to end up being like is it a game? Oh, it's a game, I think. Oh, it's a fucking game. It's a fucking game. Jesus goddamn shit, fucking cocksmokers. It's just like, real found footage, the sound of madness. I caught Siren Head on camera. Here, let's see what this one is. What the hell is going on? There's Siren Head again. What the hell is it doing? No way. It's climbing. It's climbing the building. What? Okay, let's see. No way. It's climbing the building. The thing is with that, right? It's too big to be like super menacing. You know what I mean? It's like just too big. to be, you know, like, it's just too big. All right, so let's see. Fourth here says, Jarbo, you should attempt at doing a siren head in AI now that the announcement has gained some traction. Yeah, we'll see here. Let's see. Mo here, member for 50 months, buddy. Thank you. Sup, you nerds. Revive physical rental stores. I don't know about physical rental. That's going to be a tough one. Getting people to leave their house now is difficult. Buying it's one thing. Command Unit here for 2. Thank you. I sent you a trailer for a 40K animated miniseries. All right. Take a look at that here in a bit. So, let's see. Okay. We're going to try something. Okay. So here we go. So this is Mid-Journey. I was trying to do Cabin in the Woods, photorealistic, right? Wind and rain. Let's see here. Let's do preview. So preview is the next perfect. There we go. This is a little bit better. Okay. Okay, here. I like this one. We're going to download this. Okay, come over here. All right, here we go. So this is open error. We're going to try this, okay? So there we go. Add that in there. Okay. I want to make a 15-second horror short film using image 2 as the reference and image 1 as the creature. The soundscape will be rain and wind howling, and the is called Siren Head. It mimics, I spelled that wrong. Let's see here. It mimics alert sirens and can mimic people. Here I want it to mimic an alert about an incoming hurricane and that people need to get to safety. The POV will be the main character who is trying to get back to their cabin as the wind and if I can type, and rain pick up speed. As the main character gets closer to the cabin, again in POV, the siren alert gets louder, and then we see the image 1 poke its head out from behind the cabin and lunge towards the camera. All right, let's see what that can do. Oh shit, I didn't even have it on stage. I'm so sorry guys, I didn't even have this shit on stage. I thought I did. Is 100 feet tall. We'll see. I'm not ready to do it. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, let's find this. Siren head sound. All right. So here we go. Okay, so I just got that. I just downloaded that. Okay, now we're back over here. Okay. Let's see here. I like to do 16:9 recommended. All right. Hold on here. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. I don't want to do the full thing. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Hold on. All right. This audio is the sound that image 1 makes. So be sure to have that in there as well. Okay, rain, wind, time to shoot. Okay, so Give me a rundown of the whole story second by second. Don't generate anything yet. All right. So this is the same thing I used for that. Siren Head's 1,000 feet tall. I don't know if I want to do 1,000 feet tall. But okay, right? We can, because I think we'll be able to get something kind of interesting out of this, right? I do. I think we will be trying to. I think we will get a little thing out of this one there. And then I'll post it to the Twitters. Okay, so here we go. What I love about this is that it's generating the it's generating everything, right? It's telling me, like, I can tell it second by second. So we're doing 15 seconds. I might have enough in my credit to be able to do that. Maybe I'll have enough in my credits because I've only got 4,500 left. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe hold on, 15 seconds too long. Do I have enough to make that with the available credits I have left? I think it takes credits when I ask questions. Maybe not. I if I have to, I'll upgrade, but I just kind of like the idea of it. So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, not everything on the internet is a creepypasta. Yeah, but it's shorthand for everything. All right, it's shorthand for it. You know. So okay. it will. Oh yeah, it's generating. It is taking credits to do that. All right, we're looking at. Okay. Yeah, we'll do. We'll do it in 480p. There we go. We'll lock in on 480 because it's a lot easier. It's quicker to generate, and I'm just kind of testing it out. So, but Mo, basically everything that's on the internet is considered creepypasta. Mo Moon is a creepypasta. That's what his date told me. Yeah, that's very true. Because he's creepy and he makes pasta. Okay. What about these Blockbuster mailboxes? Have you seen popping up in certain places? Mailboxes or rental places? Because that's kind of a question. There are some. I mean, like, hold on. Let's see here. Blockbuster mailboxes. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's what it is. Is this what you're talking about? This free Blockbuster box where you can take and leave movies. Yeah. I've actually thought about doing this myself. Home, Jackass the movie, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, Mean Girls, Dream Girls, Too Fast, Too Furious, Disney's Planes, Fire and Rescue. Ooh, Fireproof, The Muppets, Mothman Prophecies. These are all old as fuck, man. Quantum of Solace, The Bourne Identity, or The Bourne Identity and The Bourne Supremacy, Gangs of New York, Dazed and Confused, Old School. All right, that's not terrible. They got Casino Royale and they got Quantum of Solace up there. Hell yeah. The Sean Connery 007 collection, Volume 1, Dr. No, From Russia with Love and Goldfinger. Bruce Allman. There's some good movies in there. There's definitely some good movies in there. It's just something that I've kind of thought about doing is having is starting it as a nonprofit. Freeblockbuster.org. Yeah. So it's not anything related to Blockbuster. It is just a thing. Okay, here we go back to this one. All right. So, it's doing it right now. Oh, it's generating it right now. It's building and animating your POV. Okay, preparing the first-person horror short, reviewing storyboard design approach, looking at the cabin and creature references, designing the storyboards. So what I like about this is it will design the storyboards. I can give it my own storyboard system, like tell it what I want, and it will do that. I did that actually quite a bit with the Life 2.0 one, so that worked out okay. Creepy while eating pasta is what she said. Yeah. He slurps it because he's like, I eat pussy like I eat my spaghetti with only my tongue. Fava beans and a nice Chianti. This is open art. This is the same one that Perp has. but I don't know if perp does. Like I've been so busy and then also like just messed up from that anti-anxiety medication, and then also injuring myself from bowling that hurt. So I've been kind of out down the last couple of days, and I just kind of been waiting to do anything with this one. But yeah, no, to fuck for who snitched, she did, obviously. She obviously snitched, buddy. So while we're waiting on that one there, all right, fine. We'll take a look here at these. Oh, hold on. Take a look here at my. Okay. All right, never mind on that one. Okay. No, I'm trying to take a look here at my. All right, what did command unit send me? Okay, so. Sorry. All right, so this is command unit sent me this Hammer and Bolter, the Butcher's Nail trailer, Big Summer Preview 2026. So this is from Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer. So this is AI? This is AI? Are you sure about that? Because this is coming from Warhammer directly. So I don't know, man. That seems like a big deal there. All right. Let's see. Any idea or any ideas on what loser Doomcock is up to these days? He is doing the same thing he's always been doing. Same shit, but his view count is like stagnated. It's pretty low. It's pretty low. Like none of his old friend group cares. But I mean, I kind of get that too. Like, it's hard to keep friends on the internet, especially if you have like personalities. They clash. So, all right, this is I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so this is through Warhammer TV. That was a rough one. That was a really roughly edited. It's not AI. I thought you said it was AI. Oh, no. Okay. No, you were right. I'm sorry. It looks interesting. Check this one out. This guy here. Okay, so we've got an update recently on Sea Dance 2.5 4K. Now what I'm using for mine is Sea Dance 2.0, but this one is it's a follow-up called Nexus Episode 2. It's really interesting. But look at this here. Sea Dance 4K is insanely expensive. This was $6,000 worth of credits, but it's so worth it. $6,000 for 2.5 minutes. I haven't watched this yet, so I have no fucking idea. But why it's only in fucking 5 Sea Dance 4K. Hold on, wait. I know who fucking made this one. I know who made this one. I'll just go find it on fucking Twitter because I followed the guy. Okay, let's see. Here we go. There we go. This will be better. This won't be Reddit. What's the word I want to use here? Reddit compressed. This is a little bit better here. So this is, I don't know. This is Nexus Episode 2. I didn't think Nexus Episode 1 was that good. We'll see if number 2.
Hurry up, or they get more. Home stretch! Punch it! Now breaking to the finish line. The speed ships are coming into the final stretch. In my homeland, we have a saying, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. Ooh, I like it hot. The Golden Lance is making a move. The Golden Lance is coming in hot. Too hot. All racers still alive. Catch that fox, and the prize pool is yours.
Jesus. All right, that was definitely better than the first one. Now this is pod racing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, DM me a video. All right, let's take a look here. I thought that was pretty good. This is the guy, PJ Ace. He does a lot of shit with AI, and it's usually pretty solid stuff there. That was really good. That was really good. That's the whole point. Is it's getting better. And I always love it when I show an AI video and you can just watch people like dip out, like, oh my God, I can't be anywhere fucking near it. Oh my God, I can't be anywhere near the AI. It's terrible. I can't do it. Like, dude, this shit's fucking interesting. So, what is this you're sending me here, Rational? Okay. I'm not gonna do the full. If it's good, maybe, but I'm not doing the full 9 minutes. But oops, there we go. All right. This is a pilot. Generative AI pilot.
It's the 90s was made using artificial intelligence.
Quincy Jones, middle and high school. Definitely a Southern California high school. Holy shit. Sorry. That like just immediately took me back to like El Capitan High School. The high school I went to in fucking Lakeside. Capitan High School in fucking if I can find you guys an image here what I'm talking about. Kind of get like whoa, wait, what? Hold up. Oh wow, they must have updated it. I haven't been there in a long time. They must have, did they rebuild the high school? No. What? No. This is the high school. This is how fucking jank it looked. But like you can see here, the hills and like the trees and shit. This was the gymnasium and everything else. Had they really changed it that much? Can't. Home of the Vaqueros. It's very true. It's a very piece of shit high school. But this is where you can see like, the green. I'm just saying it's very Southern California coded is what it is. They must have rebuilt parts of the school. I granted I graduated like in 2000, so it's been 26 years. So like there's no way. They got a TikTok and everything too? What the fuck? No. Oh, that's Merced. Okay, never mind. I can't. We'll go back to this. Sorry.
Okay, class, settle down. Class, I said settle down. That's better. Now, class, I have a very important announcement to make. We have a new student. Why don't you introduce yourself to the class?
What's up? How y'all doing? My name is Walisha Farquhar. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I just moved here to stay with my aunt and uncle. I like playing video games, riding my bike, playing basketball. That's it, I guess.
Well, isn't that lovely? Basketball. Hey, maybe you can try out for our basketball team. Do some shooting and hooping with the old meatball. Well, are
What
there
the
any
fuck?
questions for Walisha?
Yes. I have a question, Miss McIntyre.
Ah, yes. Racine.
Why are your clothes so baggy?
What?
Racine? This is bad. Sorry, this is bad. Where did I sneak out to smoke? No, that wasn't there. That wasn't where I snuck out to smoke. Hold on. I'll show you where I snuck out to smoke. Tigard High School. Okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. So this is Tigard High School. Okay. Durham Road. It's been a minute. Where the fuck is Hall Boulevard? What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hall ends right there. Okay. So had to get my bearings for a second. Let me just bring up the satellite here. Okay. So this is an old high school. All right. So we had over here, this little corner mark right here, fucking Taco Bell Plaid Pantry. Fucking great place. Girl I had a crush on lived right over here. I think I want to say like this house or this house right there on Avon Street. Anyway, none of that's fucking important. So in the morning, school bus would come on in, right? Come pulling in here, drop off the kids right there in front of the school. Okay, they'd all go to leave, right? This is the auditorium right here, but this is the cafeteria right here. Just to give you guys an idea, right? This is the cafeteria, that building that looks like half a Star Destroyer. Okay, so anyway, so what I would do is I would get off the bus. All right. So come walking out over here along, and you would just see, because kids lived over in this neighborhood, right? These neighborhoods, they'd come walking all the way over. Okay. So we come over here to this street, walk right over here. Now, right here, this used to be a big fucking tree. This was taken January 2016. So this particular tree used to be a lot bigger. All right. Used to branch out a lot more. It would block. You couldn't see down this way. Okay. So what we would do is we would just come on over here and we'd stand right here by this fucking, by this fire hydrant, more or less. And everyone would just fucking congregate right in this area and just smoke cigarettes, weed, whatever. All right. And then when you put out your cigarettes, then you just walk right back over, cross right back over, and bam, you're at school. And they had an open campus. So it's kind of like you could sit there, like this is the auditorium here. This is the, our playhouse and shit. I was not in plays, but I tried. And then you've got the cafeteria right here. Now, what I used to do is there's an entryway right over here. I used to walk over and enter into the cafeteria through the back and then go and help myself to a soda or two. Because they kind of had it open for students to do that. So they got a pool that's over here, right? Pool that's over here. Oh, no, sorry. Indoor pool that's over here. Tennis courts over here. Those are kind of new. I don't remember if those were there when I was there or not, but we'd also walk over on the other side of this field. Oh, wow. Whoa, no, that is new. This is all fucking new. What the fuck? This is all new. There was nothing here when I was going to school, but there was like some storage boxes over here. We'd go behind there and smoke. Also, we'd also come over here to the, ooh, that's nice. So we had student parking on this side as well, on this side of the street. So we'd walk out during photography class or newspaper class and just walk over to our cars and like smoke cigarettes over here. Or if we wanted to, we could just get in the car and we go walking all the way down to right here to Cook Family Park, right? Cook Park. Right here, you got the Tualatin River comes right through. It's literally down the street from the fucking high school, and you can just come down there and hang out. There's no one there in the daytime. That's what we did. Okay. Oh shit! It actually, it did its thing. Holy crap! I didn't even know that. Okay, guys, this is the world premiere. This is my high school in Portland, the one we were just looking at. Or get in the car or walk, either or. Well, no, we wouldn't walk. It was a distance. Anyway, let's check this out. This is Siren Head. Okay, that's legitimately creepy. That is legitimately creepy. That that was legitimately fucking creepy, wasn't it? That I thought that was actually pretty solid. Let's check it out again. I don't really have any notes on that. That was actually pretty solid. Let's see here. Not really. I have headphones on, so for me it's a little bit different. That was great. How much was that in terms of money? Oh fuck, I don't know, man. Let's see here. That cost me, I had what, 4,500 credits, I think, before. And that was that cost me 1,000 credits. So we can try that again. Okay, let's okay, that was great. Let's try it one more time. Be sure to add in more rain and wind and sound effects of the main character breathing heavily, more heavily, and then with faster breathing as they approach the house. Also include sound effects, the sound of them walking in the damp forest. And when appears, have it sound large and impending, like a larger object moving / groaning. All right. That was pretty good. This is here. Didn't they just say they were going to make a Siren Head film? Yes. That's one of the reasons why we were fucking around with this shit, is because the Siren Head movie was announced today. And so that's the whole thing, is like, why not make a little short? so I showed my 6-year-old some Siren Head stuff, right? I was just kind of curious. I was like, does this scare you at all? She goes like, no. Like, it doesn't scare me. It doesn't. She's like, it doesn't scare me at all. It's just fucking like whatever. It just doesn't scare me. Thank you. Fix the POV. It didn't feel like there was a head on someone's shoulders. It kind of, no, what it needed to have is it needed to have the sound effects of heavy breathing and walking, right? You needed to have like the foot cracking on like the damp forest, right? Like twigs and leaves and mud and shit. So that's some sound effect shit. Like, that's some Foley stuff right there. And you can actually, have you heard of the of Seed? Was it Seed Audio? Seed Audio. Let's see. What is this? Seed Audio. Is it Seed Dance Audio? Seed Dance Audio. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you guys this one. Because this guy, I like him. He talks a lot about this kind of stuff. What is Seed Dance? Oh, Seed Dance 1.0. Seed Audio. There we go. All right.
Kicking off, ByteDance have released Seed Audio 1.0, which, again, I think it got slept on a bit because, well, everyone saw audio model and immediately went to music. And look, it can do music. It's just really not in the same league as, like, say, a Suno, a Udio, or any of the other flagship music generators. And that's okay, because where Seed Audio really seems to be setting up home base is with creating audio scenes. So yes, it is kind of more text to speech, but with like the entire audio landscape also available. Yeah, I mean, in typical like modern ByteDance fashion, this really is Seedance 2.0, but audio. And actually, to be honest, things get really good when you combine the two of them together. But first, let's just check out the model in action. I'm using this over on Fall right now. No other reason than I had, $20 of credits sitting around in here, so I decided to give it a whirl here. It is fairly widely available via API. So my prompt here, although it's a bit longer, is essentially the opening chapter to a high fantasy audio drama. So we'll go through the rest of the stuff in just a minute, but giving that a run, we end up with...
They'll tell you the old war.
So listen to this, right? This is like, the prompt is seen inside an ancient stone watchtower on a frozen northern wall before dawn, right? Throughout the scene, low howling wind over stone, a snapping banner, faint fire crackle, sparse ominous low drone underscores everything, swelling only at the end. The narrator is a male 50s warm gravelly storyteller close on the microphone. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because like just like listen to this.
It's never fail. They told me that too. Until the night the stars went hunting. You're late, boy. Fire's near out.
Sorry. The steps are ice clean through.
Steps don't kill men. The cold does. Feed it.
Why is it green? I've never seen it close.
It's not for warming. It's for watching. Long as it burns, the line holds. Don't stare into it.
I mean, that is pretty good. I mean, for the most part, audio drama worthy.
I've listened to a lot of audio dramas and there's a lot of shit. And that actually sounded pretty fucking compelling, even if it was kind of pulling from, let's say, like Game of Thrones type stuff. But imagine for a second, you put that together. So you put together, Seedance with the video. Okay. And then you're able to go to Seed Audio or Seed, whatever it is, and you give it the same prompt, or you give it the video, and then it's able to generate the soundscape. That program is called Seed. What's it called? Seed Audio. Let me go back and find it. Trying to find the. Gosh darn it. What's it called?
In action. I'm using this.
Okay, here we go. Seed Audio 1.0. Okay. So, yeah, this guy here.
Expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand.
Faye, apologies for this inconvenience. Come with me.
ByteDance, the company behind Seed.
So most likely fucking shit. I didn't even have that on, guys. I'm so sorry. You're probably going, what the fuck's he going quiet for again? Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I forgot to share the audio. My bad. Here we go.
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand.
Faye, apologies for this inconvenience. Come with me.
ByteDance.
Okay, so my thing on that, my theory on that one is that he had that generated on with the API, and then he took that generation and put that into Seedance, if I had to guess. But we'll see. We'll keep going with it. We'll see what he says, because this guy runs his own website, and he does a lot with the AI stuff.
The company behind Seedance 2.0 has released their new audio model called Seed Audio. They say that this new model is even better quality than the one currently available in Seedance 2.0. Let's find out together. Seed Audio can generate audio completely from text. To start, I prompted for some different ambient environments, and I was able to specify 30 seconds in the prompt. Here are some examples.
Now, to be fair, 11 Labs already does this, but there is a little bit of a light kind of tinge to it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of artifacting you can hear on the back end that makes it sounds good, but it still doesn't sound right. This is sounding pretty good.
Next, I wanted to test generating some different music tracks from text. Seed Audio 1.0 probably doesn't compete with Suno today, but the results were pretty solid. Let's listen.
All right. I mean, like, Suno, I use Suno. I'll use Suno for a fair amount of background stuff. And like, it's sometimes you can't really control how long. You know, if this is only 30 seconds and you want to get that looping audio, that's actually pretty good for background tracking. I kind of like it. Sounds like, yeah.
For the last text-to-audio demo, I wanted to make a short scene with different actors. I wrote some basic dialogue and described each character, then generated the audio on Fall using Seed Audio 1.0. Here's the audio alone. Let's listen.
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand.
Faye, apologies for this inconvenience. Come with me.
Great. So the generator.
So then he goes over it, just like I said, right? Reference to video, does his audio, then he comes on in, has his video shit, and he puts it together by having everything. Now this is interesting, right? Look at this here, because this is his website, I think. So he's got $500 roughly in credits that are up there. For every second of 720p video you generated, you'll be charged 0.3034 per second. And for 1080p, you'll be charged 68 cents per second. So it's like 30 cents per second versus 68 cents. All right. Like, it's interesting. But this is what I'm talking. Like, once this gets like better and cheaper, holy fuck, dude, we're going to see full-blown series like made up by some 10-year-old kid is going to have like the next Harry Potter. You know what I mean?
Character performances turned out pretty good. Next, to generate the short film, I broke that audio clip into two parts. Then I used Seedance 2.0 on Fall and referenced a few characters and location images, the audio, and played around with some different prompts. Seedance 2.0 figures out how to match everything together and will add and enhance additional sound effects and music. Here are some of the raw Seedance outputs that I edited together to make the final short film. Enjoy.
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand.
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand!
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver this message.
Unable to verify citizenship. You will be escorted to the holding cell.
Wait, you don't understand!
Session expired.
No, please, this is urgent. I need to deliver.
These are just a couple of things that he's done here. Best one.
Seed Audio 1.0 is incredibly easy. All you need is a 30-second audio sample and a text prompt. Crazy. Imagine being able to take a single photo and magically turn it into a full 3D holographic soccer card with one click. You may have already guessed, but this entire video was produced with Seed Audio 1.0 using a 30-second sample of my voice. I then edited the generated AI Matt Workman clips and used them as references in Seedance 2.0. Generate audio complete.
This was all. I was wondering if he was doing this all in AI. This whole thing was AI. Him on video right here is AI. It makes sense, you know, especially when it does that cut in right here, right? You can see, I should have caught on because like it doesn't look as clear. And then also the text right there doesn't say FAL. It says, because here we go, you got FAL, and then this one over here, it says RAL. So like it's close enough to where your brain doesn't catch it right away. But like motherfucker, dude. Holy fucking shit. You know what it is? It's like I was looking for something else real quick and like it didn't register in my brain. But yeah, no. I mean, like part of it felt like it was off, but part of it was like, here's the thing. So obviously there is, you know, a lot going on. These guys spend a lot of money on this stuff. All right. I do need to use a bathroom real quick. So, let's see. I got to find something to pop on for you guys. That at least gives me a couple minutes. Here we go. No, that's a little bit, it's a little bit there. All right. Fuck if I know what the hell to pop on for you guys. I need like at least a couple minutes. I've drinking a lot of water. I'm sorry. Okay. Trailers are so short. Let's see. God damn, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm fucking sorry. Trying to find something very quick. Here, fuck it. I don't know what this is. This is backrooms, another backroom saying this is for 4. There you go. I'll be back in a minute.
Someone just played music. Could someone be here?
Downstairs doesn't seem too safe.
Yeah, being in a mall. Oh, this one's called The Oldest View. Dude, is it weird? Like for the second Backrooms movie or whatever, I just want them all in this format. I just want all fucking point of view found footage. Right? Like that's what I want, you know? And I kind of wonder, I mean, I do kind of wonder to an extent, if it would be possible to like do an AI, you know, like liminal found footage film like this and like put it up somewhere, you know? Like I just feel it would be very interesting if you could do that. Like put it up on like, you know, like because for one, Backrooms is not owned by anyone, right? It's not owned by fucking A24, but it is you know, but the Amityville, right? I think they've already done Amityville Backrooms or some shit like that. Someone's already done that. It's like you can find so many Amityville things on Tubi, although not anymore because you can't search Tubi for fucking shit anymore. It really sucks what they've done to Tubi. It's just like it's no fun anymore, right? Like it's just no fun. As an Amity. Okay, Amityville. Right, check this out. You have to search for it directly rather than finding it. Amityville Backrooms is hilariously bad. Isn't that we've seen that's the one with the guy, like he's just in this house, right? Oh, there it is. Amityville Backrooms. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. This is from 2024.
We all know about the lore of Amityville. A more recent phenomenon, or urban legend, is the Backrooms. This is a place that is out of normal time and space, a parallel world of sorts. What would happen if these two myths merged? We are going to discuss all of this and more on the podcast, and I want to hear your thoughts as well.
Yes, shooting through the
Apparently, there's been an abandoned home in Amityville for a number of years. The property has just sat vacant because realtors have been unable to sell it. However, more than one neighbor walking past this
yo. I'm sorry. The first thing we get is like a dude fucking off center on a webcam camera, right? And then it cuts to this guy. By the way, I like the beard. I ain't gonna knock the beard. The beard's nice. The fucking pearly whites are good too. And then it's like terrible green screen. Terrible. 40 seconds in. 40 seconds in. Also, fourth, check your DMs if you can. I just want to jump to like the actual back room. Like, when do they go into the no clip? Right? What's this guy do? 45 minutes in. All right.
A shot.
Yeah, dude, shoot your shot, bro.
The last shot.
Do it. Fucking go ahead, bro.
Now he's gone. Alex just drove off.
Yep.
Done. That was it.
Still can't frame your shot correctly.
I'm being here forever.
Stuck in a house. Stuck in a fucking house. Okay, jump ahead. I'll probably get a worldwide block on this. You know when we were showing off Tubi stuff like a couple weeks ago? I got a worldwide block. Not because of any of like the fucking mainstream shit, like the one like The Love of Money or whatever it was. That one video got a worldwide block.
Getting out of here. I know that. I know I'm never getting out of here.
All right, I just want to go to the end.
I know I'm never.
Yeah, you're never getting out of here, bro.
Hello? Key!
There's no back rooms, it's just this guy's house. You figure you would have tried. You know what I mean? You would have tried for like the liminal space. You know?
Hello?
Hello, sir and or madame. It's fucking. Hold on.
Apparently, the pool had been drained and the home abandoned. 3 weeks later, the police were called when more screams were heard coming from the house. Again, the police checked it out and found nobody there.
Yo, fourth, bro. Can you look? I'm not even knocking it. I'm not even knocking it. You know, it's like they got it done, and now it's on fucking Tubi. You know.
Yeah. Let me see. Am I echoing?
Well, I heard a little bit of myself feedbacking in there, but
Okay, let me make sure that everything's turned on. Yeah, this movie.
Oops.
It's like 40 minutes. The guy going, "That's my door. That's my phone. That's my hallway. But how I want to get outside. How I go through my door. I'm in the living room now. How do I get outside?" It's comedy.
there is like that's one of the things I find to be the funniest about all of this shit is like why don't I put in search of on Tubi? You know what I mean? Like why don't I just like even in like the shittiest 720p quality that I've got?
Yeah,
right?
I mentioned that. I said you should troll your trolls
And
and
just
then
put it on
put
Tubi.
and let them watch it and mock it and then gain some views off of it.
I bet you it would probably get picked up. People like this is actually not bad. You know what? I think the difference though is I think here's the problem though, right? Is like it's not that like I made a good movie because I didn't, but I tried to make something. And I think there's a little like there's difference in like you tried to make it better than maybe it was, or like what the idea was. So it's like you not that you tried or I tried too hard. It's a very simple movie, you know.
Yeah.
But the idea there is like, you know, I wanted it to be something people could enjoy versus like Amityville Backrooms is like, yo, dude, I got $20 and 2 days off of work. What are we gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
And like that, did you ever see the hillbilly hunting that I did, that short film?
No. Oh wait. I remember you were showing a couple. I don't know. I don't remember by name.
That was the one. I was in a wife beater getting beat up. We were hunting goth kids at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, in the woods.
We were in the woods for a little bit of it. Yeah, yeah. There was one hunt ghosts in the woods, but you know.
I remember you showing some clips, but it might have been that.
It was anyway, that one we shot. God damn, that was 21 years ago this month now. It was what happened is like I'm at my buddy Noah and I are at my house. It's like fucking 2 a.m, right? Something like that. And we're like, we should make a movie. And then my buddy Mark got off work and he came over. And like, hey Mark, we should make a movie. And he's like, what should we do? I'm like, fuck, what do we do? Like a mockumentary show, but it's like like I think one of us had said 2 hillbillies hunting a goth kid. And then it's like, all right, what do we got? You know, and like Noah had like this entire bag of like these fake weapons. For some reason, we had it with us at the time. So we called other friends of ours, and it's like, meet us at 5-5. We're going to 5-5. 5-5 was like the local haunted spot. So like, called up my buddy Brian. He fucking drove his truck over. Fucking ended up. We did the opening of it that night, and then the next night we shot the rest of it.
How long was it?
22 minutes, man. It's like 22 minutes. There's an extended cut. I think there's an 11-minute cut. I think there's a 17-minute long cut. It's on my Vimeo. I'll send you the link to it. It's terrible. But like it's funny because like at one point, like I get bit by the goth kid, so I start turning into a goth kid throughout the course of the thing. And then like at one point, like Mark, you know, he actually like slaps me in the face, but he like legitimately slapped me in the face. And then at another point, like Noah spits beer in my face. And that was, we had no idea, like that was something he did. And then this chair, we broke a chair. It was literally my great grandmother's chair, the last object my mother had of her grandmother.
Oh.
And we broke it accidentally. She never mentioned it to me though. She never wondered why it got broke. I don't know where it's at these days. But yeah, like, and that whole thing is terrible. It's fucking god awful. But it came together in just like the stupidest of fashions. You know what I
We
mean?
should at least petition Tubi to keep their slop section, at least like as an option, so we could dive into all that. Because I knew this day would come where they would go mainstream, and now all the selections are just pushed out.
Well, I mean, like there's complaints to be made, and valid complaints about their silencing the black voice.
Yeah,
for one, but also Fox owns Tubi,
right?
And Fox is in the process of buying Roku, which is just gonna bring Tubi to Roku, and I have like two Roku TVs and one Roku device in the house. We like it, for simplicity and everything.
Yeah.
And so and I recommend Tubi to my passengers. I'm like, yes, dude, there is so much shit on there, and it's like, but I feel bad now because I'm like, unless I know what I'm looking for, I can't find it on Tubi. And
right.
I fucking hate that shit.
Well, there's a weird thing, like, okay, in the living room TV, it feels very like the Tubi on that TV, because we're not signed in on either. And maybe that's the thing, if maybe you're signed in or not, but this when you scroll, you get a bunch of mainstream stuff in the living room TV. But on my TV, I do see still plenty of the slop, where if I click on one title, then it opens up the other ones to search, more recommended. I can find them easier on my TV than I can in the living room. Living room is pure like mainstream.
Well, I'm logged in. I'm logged into mine right here, and it's like recommended Furious 7, The Water Boy. Although I should show that to my daughter.
Oh, you still there?
Oh yeah. Are you here?
My audio cut out.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay, he's going to come back in. Do I have Roku TV or just the app? I have two Roku TVs, and I've got a Roku hockey puck, the Roku 3 that we bought back in like 2012, I think. 2011. All right, how's that?
It was weird. My audio cut out. I could see everything.
I could hear you before. I guess you couldn't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, like, here's like the recommended, for me, and I'm signed into my account, so it's like the new Red Sonja, then next to heavy metal. That's actually kind of based, to be honest with you, because all right, like heavy metal is always a fun watch.
Yeah, those should be good companion pieces if Red Sonja was worthy.
Well, yeah, it's the 1980s version came out a couple months ago on 4K. And I'm like, I got to get my hands on that.
Yeah, that new one's a hard watch.
Yeah. Look here, they got the original Masters of the Universe, which I want to show my kids because there's a 4K coming out, so I'm going to hold off on that one.
Whoa.
Gladiatrix. Oh God. Here
you
comes.
Log in. Did you know you can log into Instagram? I don't know if you have Instagram on your TV. I didn't know that.
I do have Instagram. I try not to use Instagram because I fucking hate it.
I didn't know there was a TV app for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's one. Hey, did you ever see Secondhand Lions?
No, that sounds familiar.
Dude, this movie's fucking. Oh my God, it's so good. So Michael Caine and Robert Duvall are brothers, and Haley Joel Osment's like their nephew or something, and he comes to live with them, and basically like their life was like Indiana Jones. And so like they're telling him stories of like the shit they did, back when they were younger, and it's all like Indiana Jones.
Nice.
It's fucking so good. Here's like I love to hear what they don't know at the clear chat GPT fucking whatever. Terrifier, Grimsby. I mean, there's like some shit here,
Yeah, I'm looking at mine, and
all right, fucking Logan's Run's a good one.
I mean, I see some Black Tubi movies. Oh, there's YN the movie. That's got it. I was watching some terrible Black Tubi movies, gangster stuff. Oh my god.
But look at this here, right? To be recommended. This is all they've got for the recommended. This feels very limiting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like go to genres, look up fucking horror. And horror is just like The Reef, Crawl. Crawl's good. In the Mouth of Madness is good. Vampires is fucking awesome. You know, John, you know, like in Teeth was good. I don't understand Skinamarink. I've never understood Skinamarink.
Did you watch it?
No, I should watch it, but like
well, man, it's also hard watch. It's very like it's a potentially great idea turned into an endurance test.
Okay. See, that's the thing where it's like if I was going to do anything with like an AI and like make an AI movie or something like that's based in liminal spaces, like my methodology would be so different. We got Terrifier 3, which I like. You know, you got 13 Ghosts, Jeepers Creepers 2, House of Wax, and Jeepers Creepers, and then the 2003 Texas Chainsaw. Like, these are all good.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe not so much House of Wax. Well, who directed that one? That was done by
Also, which one? Wax?
House of Wax 2005. That was who was it? Oh, Yame Colette Serra, who did fucking you know, he also did a bunch of stuff with he did Black Adam.
Oh, did he? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he did Black Adam. He did Jungle Cruise as well. He did Nonstop.
Did he do Rampage as well? That all kind of feels like the same rock.
No, he did not do Rampage. The last one he did was that I know of was Carry On.
Okay, I remember.
Oh no, he's directing the reboot of Cliffhanger.
Well,
yeah, okay.
That's actually me. Oh, I've been hearing about that one for years.
I know. Who was playing that? Oh, Pierce Brosnan. Who's the bad guy in it though? You've got Lily James. Oh, because it's a gender swapped.
Oh,
yeah.
Lily James. Who's the fuck?
Lily James. She was in like Downton Abbey. She was in Baby Driver.
Okay.
So
I still get some pretty good slop stuff. I mean, the Winnie the Pooh, but these are all like semi like known movies.
Yeah, but look at this here, right? We got like all these Italian horror films. Like I mean, okay,
there's still a great selection. It's just not like the Your Neighbor Made This for $20 selection that makes it to the front page.
Like I don't think we're ever going to get those again. I mean, like again, all this Italian shit, like it's just or Spanish, whatever. I'm not against it. It's just not what I'm looking for. You know, like Peter Cushing in El Deseo y la Bestia. I don't know what that is in English. You know, it's just like, okay, but this is not necessarily what, you know, like where's like the found footage fucking the shit I like, you know what I mean? Like I had to probably look up, let's see here, found footage. Probably. There we go. You know, yeah.
Is there a section for that or just every title of found footage movie called?
It's just everyone, yeah. They've got, you know, Dash Cam, Classroom 6, Don't Peek, Missing Couple. You know, they did have Megan is Missing was on here, but I think that's being taken off of here.
I've seen it up here before. No.
Yeah, I've never. Oh, they got Frogman. Have you seen Frogman?
No.
Frogman was in my top 5 favorite films of 2023 or 2024.
It's
fucking good.
You were the director of like. Have you heard of Toad Road?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I was wondering if that director was doing that. That was an interesting movie. I think they had one other movie come out after that, and that was it. But that was fantastic.
Have you ever heard of the Blackwell Ghost?
No,
dude. There's like 8 of these, right? And like literally, I watched the first one, and the guy like, I think he's in like Tennessee or something, and he ends up like flying his personal plane up to like Connecticut. He goes to this house like that's haunted, you know, and like just kind of like tries staying there overnight, and it's not terrible, but there's like 8 of them, and like they found an audience of people that want to see more from this shit. Oh my god, the incel tapes. What in the fuck? I kinda yo.
Like the Pepsi cakes.
Hold on. After this is from 2022. After a failed suicide attempt, a self-described incel who can't attract women will lose his virginity before his 26th birthday, or he's going to kill. I don't want to watch that. That doesn't interest me at all.
I'd have to see a clip, and it has to be terrible.
Yeah, hold on, let me find a trailer for it. Let me find a trailer.
All right.
Let's see. Well, who was the director of I, Tonya? Craig Gillespie.
The Supergirl guy.
Yeah, and will he be directing anything major in the upcoming years? Probably not.
I think all those guys are. And I'm sorry, I don't think Gunn should direct Batman.
I think he should write it though. If you're not going to do a great grounded version, if it's going to be Silver Age bullshit, then let him write it. Okay, if you're gonna have like Batman have the biological son with Damian, so you're gonna skip over the Talia al Ghul shit, you're gonna just go right to that Bat family shit, then you're going Silver Age anyway. So just fucking roll with it.
Yeah, he might as well just have at it. Just if it doesn't succeed, if his DCU doesn't succeed, at least just do it on your terms and go out. Stop hiring other people to direct your style, and then have them throw you under the bus for music.
It's not even really that like Supergirl was like his style. It was. I don't even know if Supergirl has a style, to be honest with you. Like, did you watch the movie?
No, I'm waiting for HBO Max.
Yeah, well.
And Belle and I are going to do what's called a mock watch.
It's an interesting it's not the script is bad. The script is real bad.
I just like the style. I mean, it just feels like the cinematography looks like a Marvel type of style movie. It kind of reminds me of Love and Thunder and what's the other one? Ragnarok, and it reminds me of He-Man. It looks like you could splice in scenes of He-Man into a Supergirl trailer, and you probably wouldn't notice unless you studied the visual.
No, I will say this. If you were to bring in like you're talking the new Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Right? If you were to splice in clips of that movie into Supergirl, people would go like, wait, hold on. Why the fuck is there all of a sudden color?
I feel like they have color, but they still have like that washed out look where they're trying to treat digital in a filmic type of. Don't get me wrong, He-Man feels a little bit more crisper. Supergirl looks muddy.
I mean, He-Man was Masters. It was definitely crisper. I will fully acknowledge. I agree with you on that one. It looked clean, but my God, was it fun?
But it has like that same that skin tones of like I don't know, just everything. It feels very samey to me, even though it is a little bit sharper and richer in the images. But I was like, this feels like a default that.
Dude, the color of blue that Trapjaw is in Masters of the Universe doesn't exist at all in the Supergirl movie. All right, like the color, like that deep, rich color of blue just doesn't exist in that fucking movie. All right, like even the Supergirl suit is just like it's. I mean, it looks like it did. I will say though, the highlights of Supergirl are when Superman shows up. The 2 times in the movie he's there, you're like, all right, that's good. And that's
is there anything redeemable about the movie based just with Supergirl alone? Like, all right, that was pretty cool.
She was good. She was good. Jason Momoa, was playing himself, right? All that build up for Lobo, and I was like, that's it. That's all we get. Okay. Like,
I would have thought that the Ruthie character would have like had a fallout with Supergirl and hired Lobo to go help her track down the killer.
You would think that, right? Because if they're pulling from True Grit, no, I mean, if anything, Ruthie is more of an Arya Stark type character than anything else.
Oh, okay.
But she's Arya Stark. Is the best way to describe it. And complete with like the fucking pretentiousness of Arya Stark as well. And then you've got like, there's this whole. I don't know. You haven't seen it. I don't want to ruin it, but it's not that it's
You're
bad.
not going to ruin it.
It's just I also people here who haven't seen it. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, in consideration of the
Yeah. But it's just kind of like there's elements of the movie, again, I don't think the movie is bad. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I want to like it more than I do. That's the thing, right? It's like I want to like it more than I do. It's a movie that's got, like, there is something that's there. And I think what it boils down to is Supergirl on her own doesn't work, but Supergirl with the right characters around her would. It'd be like, would you watch a Gamora movie on her own?
I do think there's something that wasn't fully explored about Gamora. They keep calling her the deadliest woman in the universe, and you never see that. So maybe how she earns that title, if it can be done well.
Well, what
But I
I'm
don't automatically think about watching a Gamora
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. But what I mean by that is, like, if you were to take Gamora and Nebula and give them a road trip movie, that would actually be something.
Yeah.
Because they would bounce off each other. You know, like, it would not, you wouldn't have your comic relief necessarily. The comic relief would be Nebula and her cynicism and deadpan delivery on everything. But Gamora would be the more, like, heavy-hearted, stalwart character,
Yeah.
having to stop Nebula from killing randomly or whatever the fuck, and then, but they would then be able to bond, as we saw with their scenes in Guardians 2.
Yeah.
We saw a bit of that, right? But if you were just to take one of them on their own and send them off, it would probably be a weaker movie as a result.
Yeah.
Because you're like, all right, like, well, what exactly are we doing here? So, like, the idea that the juxtaposition, if you will, between Ruthie and Supergirl is that Supergirl, lost everybody on Krypton, right? And then Ruthie lost her parents. So, like, that's meant to be the trauma bonding, right? Like, oh, your parents were killed, my parents were also killed. So there's that, but they weren't killed in the same way, nor were they killed by the same person. Had they been killed in either of those capacities, now you have something that would unite the two of them together.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then the whole thing too is like, she keeps going, like, Supergirl to Ruthie. Killing isn't the answer. You shouldn't kill. It's not going to make you feel any better.
And where does she develop? I heard they don't really even develop that ideology for her. She just says it.
She says it, and then Ruthie, basically, she tries to say something along the lines of, like, living well is the best revenge, which is true. That is true. That's very true. Living well is the best revenge. And then in the graphic novel, right, they defeat Krem. They take Krem, they throw his ass in the motherfucking Phantom Zone for 300 years, right? And then Ruthie's now old. Krem gets out. He goes to her and he's like, basically like, I've changed. I'm asking for forgiveness. And she bashes him on the head with her cane. And that's where the story ends. But he's alive at the end of the story.
Yeah, like she bops him and knocks him out.
Yeah, she bops him, knocks him down, and she's like, no, like, she lets it go. Right. But she's also not like, I'm not going to be your fucking friend. Okay. So, like, there's that. So the movie completely doesn't do that. And when asked about it, the screenwriter's like, no. In the story, like, they kill Krem. No, they don't. So even the writer of the fucking story, the person who was meant to be like, I read Woman of Tomorrow, I'm adapting Woman of Tomorrow, did not get the ending of Woman of Tomorrow.
Which is weird because she's working with the writer of the Tom King, the writer of the comic.
Yeah.
So maybe there was a communication issue there.
I don't know. I mean, he's Irish. Who knows? Right. And she's from the fucking, Philadelphia, I think. So, and they hate the Irish there. So it's like, but it's like, that's where it ends. That's the stories are, they diverge at that point. And the whole point thematically of them diverging is because because Supergirl has to differentiate herself from her brother or from her cousin. Right. So, Clark, she goes in the movie, this is in the trailer. She goes, Clark sees the good in everybody. I see the truth, which is some bullshit fucking answer anyway. Right.
Yeah.
She's like, I see the girl. You're 21 years old. You don't see shit. All right. Like, you think you see it. You think that you see it, but you don't have the experience yet to see it.
And I heard that's not even developed off of anything.
It's really not. Like, she's turning 21. We don't even know how old she was when she comes to Earth in the movie. So we don't know how many years she was there. All right. She's going off on her 21st birthday to get drunk, and her cousin is not going with her. She's going to Red sun planets so she can get drunk. And
Yeah.
her cousin is not coming with her to look after her. No one
Yeah,
else would be able
where
to go.
she's gonna be depowered and vulnerable amongst
Yeah,
strange
and
guys.
he doesn't go. He doesn't go. So that's another problem. But not only that, where in the fuck did she get a spaceship?
I have no idea how this
Right? It's a
spaceship
space ass RV. She's living in Metropolis with Clark, right? Like they kind of
Yeah.
showcase that. And then she dips out. She has a space RV. Goes to why do you need a space RV if you can just fly to these other fucking galaxies? Right? There are so many questions. There are yes, and I'm not saying Millie Alcock was very good in the movie. That's what works. She is good. She
Yeah.
can do the vulnerable. She can do that. But the writing was not good. The writing on that was not good at all. It was just like, holy fuck, dude. Right? And it's like, but then again, listen. And fourth, you know this. There's the movie you write, there's the movie you edit, and then there's the movie or the movie you shoot, and then the movie you edit. And so whatever Anna Nagara, the writer, whatever she did to get the job a second time, because you know that, right?
Well, she got 2 more lined up, the Titans and Wonder Woman.
No. I mean, she was brought in under the previous regime to write a Supergirl for Sasha Calle.
Yeah, she had a canceled project and she was
Yeah,
brought
she had a deal with them, and that went away when the the new regime took over. And so then you had Chantel Nong-Vo, who was the executive producer, who was fighting for her to come on in. And her name is all over it, right? And Anna Nagara has absolutely dropped that name so many times in interviews, right? Like going, oh, I just want to give credit to Chantel, who backed me the whole way.
like, shut up.
And then you got Craig Gillespie going out there, and saying like, oh, that needle drop. Have you heard of the needle drop controversy?
I've heard there's a song during a fight that is it as distracting and as bad as the
It's
Mr.
distracting.
Terrific fight?
It's no, it's I think it's kind of worse than that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Mr. Terrific fight was like I was more focused on what Mr. Terrific was doing than the music, because I didn't know I didn't know the song. But here I know the song because the song came out like 20 some years ago, and when I was in college, and it's like it was early 2000. It was fucking The Middle, dude, by fucking by
What
Jimmy.
song is it?
The Middle.
The song's called The Middle?
Yeah, you know the song by Jimmy Eat World. Dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Right, that song. So, but this is not that song. This is a slowed down indie rock folk version of the song. Right? Right? Sung by a chick.
I bet you anything this probably has something to do with the multiple composers coming through and them saying, "How about this? Come on, can we try Junkie XL? Can we try this?"
Yeah, I've heard
no.
about that,
All
right?
right.
Well, according to Craig Gillespie, they went through 45 different variations before they landed on that one, and that one just so happens, just so magically, was a James Gunn pick.
Yeah.
So it's a James Gunn. So Craig Gillespie, threw him under the bus for that one, right? And I saw some people on there were like, James Gunn never gets a needle drop wrong. I'm like, if he picked this one, he did. And then I saw somebody else say like, no, the song makes sense because it's really about Supergirl saving Ruthie's soul. No, it's not. It's the song. The Middle is about like, it's not being punk enough. Right? That's what the song's about. It's about like people who think that they're punk and then other punkers going like, you're not punk enough. So it's like, don't worry about what other people say about that. Just be true to yourself. Right?
I'm surprised there's a methodology behind it.
Oh, of the song?
Yeah.
No, there's always a reason behind every song.
Well, I mean, some songs are like on the nose for whatever's happening in the scene, but that seems a little bit more cryptic with the thing of punk rock coming off of Superman and all that other stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah. Kindness is the new punk rock. Okay, Clark. Did that line work? Okay. Clearly it did because, she didn't dump him. But no, I'm just saying it's like I agree with Blargan here. It's like the fact that they had near 50 different songs in mind for that scene. Says a lot about the Gunn formula. Shove a song in, doesn't matter if it's needed, just do it, even if you don't have a reason why. I'd like to argue, though, that Gunn, I think, has reasons why. Because when he's writing the script, he writes the songs into the script.
Yeah,
So those are the songs he's listening to as he's writing the screenplay. So like that's where his mind is. Like the very first, believe it or not, this is true. I think the very first feature length screenplay I wrote was for the original Project Greenlight, like way back in 2000.
The one where Feast won?
No, that was later on. The one, God, I watched that on Tubi a while back. That movie's terrible.
I'm sure it doesn't hold up now, but I enjoyed it when it came out.
What got me was like how unlikable the characters are.
Yeah.
I think that was a big factor. As like I kind of dug the gore, but I didn't like the characters. You got to have a couple good characters that people can root for. I didn't feel like that at all. Well, anyway, no, but so the one I was writing was called Memoirs of a Serial Killer, and it was like this guy kind of like on death row recounting, how he became a serial killer and shit. And the soundtrack I was listening to as I was writing this, believe it or not, was from Bring It On. So I'm writing him like, killing a woman. It's like, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Yeah. Right.
It's like that particular song, though, in that scene doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's like it slows down enough where it's like if you were to do, I don't know what song you could put there that would affect the emotion you want to have. Because we're looking at it through the lens of Ruthie's character in that moment. And she's just watching all of this stuff happen around her. And she's not a part of any of it.
Is it like those? I haven't seen the scene. Is it akin to one of those like World War or any kind of war moments where someone slows down and they watch all their buddies getting blown away and stuff like that?
Kind of, but you can't see anything. So because there's all this again, like there's all of this, like they're brigands or bikers and they're circling Ruthie and they create this cloud of dust. And in the middle is Ruthie, and then here comes Supergirl and she starts fucking them all up. She's just fucking them all up. Right. As you start hearing like it doesn't take them down, it's slowed down in the middle and shit. And so it's very odd the how and the why that happened, because it doesn't make any real sense.
Don't ever change, Gun. Just full steam ahead.
Yeah,
quadruple down.
Well, here Blargan's asking, I wonder if Clayface will have a needle drop. Most likely. The needle drop will probably be I'm calling it now because they confirmed today that we will see Clayface in his comic book glory. Right, we're gonna get that shot in the movie.
Oh, like his full-fledged self.
Yeah, his full-fledged self. My guess is that that's going to be the final shot of the film. Cut to black, needle drop for the fucking end credits.
I predicted that we'll at least get 10 minutes of that.
No, they don't have the budget for it.
You don't think so?
It's a $40 million movie.
I think they could do a CGI Clayface for $40 million. I think everything else will be. Well, Joker was $50 million, and that
60. Actually, yeah. Joker was closer to $75 million.
Oh yeah.
Now, but granted, though, how much did Todd Phillips take home? How much did Joaquin Phoenix take home? Like there was a lot of CG work done with that movie because it was done to make New York look like it was it was Gotham in the 1980s.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of set dressing and CGI for just the city itself.
Well, Droga here says that but having no Batman and Clayface is just Sony Spider-Man all over again. Well, I think we're going to get the announcement at Comic-Con at the end of this month about that.
I don't even think they should do Batman just yet. I don't know. They're treating Batman as like a break glass in case of emergency situation because of Supergirl.
Well,
I wonder if they're forcing it.
But that's the thing, is Batman should have always been the key. Batman is the linchpin. He's always been the linchpin.
I agree and disagree. Agree, of course, obviously he makes money. But if James Gunn had a story to tell, and like I even disagreed with William on like Supergirl should have not have been your second movie. I was like, well, that's the story he wanted to tell. We have a Brainiac movie coming up, and he's tied to the destruction of Krypton in some instances. You bring in Supergirl, who has a tie to Krypton. Got two characters that could, go up against him in the next movie with Lex Luthor. I mean, that is probably the most cohesive thing I think we've got as far as story so far. But then Batman's gonna get thrown into it. I don't know if it feels even as organic as having Supergirl in your second movie. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, the idea there is people are going to be like, well, where's Batman been? Why didn't Batman come over to Metropolis?
Yeah.
You know, like that's going to be that's going to be a thing. Because like, what was the city on the other side of the bay that in Superman that was going to get fucked up, right? Like, if it was Zack Snyder's world, that would have been Gotham.
Yeah.
Because and like, but like, what was it? This is where I know I can't shit for this, but this is where I feel like the way that DC plays with natural born geography and they just kind of like willy-nilly it is one of the reasons why I think it doesn't land as hard with
Well,
like,
yeah, all the made up cities and stuff like
yeah.
that. It's
And
easier if
so,
it's just New York, Chicago, and stuff like that.
I mean, even like, yeah, Metropolis is New York, Chicago is fucking Gotham, but they're not close by each other. Like Star City is Miami, isn't it? Or Orlando or something. Like they're not.
I think they had I forgot what the city
Or is it
was.
Central
The
City?
Beatles.
Central City is like
The Blue
Miami.
Beetle City is the Miami one, I think.
That's Central City,
It's Central. Okay.
I think.
No, Central City is. I mean, some of these people could have the same hometown. I know Flash is Central City. Droga, I know you know this stuff.
Yeah.
But I forgot what they called it. I think it had like a different name, but they said it was like futuristic Florida or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, here we go. It's like Blargan says, you don't have a DC universe without Batman. It'd be like rebooting Pokemon in live action, but you don't ever use Pikachu because Detective Pikachu 2 is a separate universe. I mean, like, where the fuck is Detective Pikachu 2? And where is more live action Pokemon? But you're right. It's kind of like, yeah, the thing is, Batman is the most popular DC character.
Yeah.
And so he is a person that, and again, his movies make the most money. And
Yeah.
I think in many ways, and I said this the other day as well, is I think when it comes to Spider-Man and it comes to Batman, those are effectively mirror opposites of each other.
Yeah.
And so Spider-Man has powers, but is poor. Right? Superman or Batman doesn't have powers, but is rich.
One's old, one's young.
Yeah, one's old, one's young, but they both fight crime, they both do street level shit, they both do grounded shit, and they take on the stuff that a lot of people kind of resonate with, that's the biggest problem with some of these characters is like, how do people were mad at Supergirl, like the bad guys, they do human trafficking. And I was like, that actually was kind of interesting. I would have liked to have seen them spend more time with that, because then it's like, okay, now we have a reason to not like them because nobody likes fucking sex trafficking, so it's like, but again, it's not like world ending, I'm coming to take you over shit,
Right.
And that's like, so it's like, what, like Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow, world ending, I'm coming to take you over shit, like who's the villain in the Batman Part 2? We don't know yet, but it's been rumored that it's Mr. Freeze, right? But Batman's villains are very Gotham centric, so they stay in Gotham. Spider-Man's villains are very New York centric, so he stays in New York. Yeah. They don't really go around. Like, that was one of the things I kind of cracked up at when I was watching Superman Returns a long time ago. There's a line about Superman going over into Gotham, and I was kind of like, oh, he's going in there pissing in Batman's fucking cereal, like Batman ain't gonna like that and shit.
I mean, Superman should probably go where the high crime rates are instead of chilling back in metropolitan safe areas.
He does seem to kind of hang out there, yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit, like, oh, I'm just gonna float around and act as a deterrent, but not actually have to do anything.
Yeah, until the next doomsday thing comes along, which is, not often.
No, but that's where, I mean, like, these characters, like, that's where I am under the belief right now that, like, it is possible that most superhero movies probably need a 10-year break, like, and it's not that I don't like them or I don't enjoy them. I can't wait for Spider-Man Brand New Day. It looks fucking good.
That's why I thought they should have did a Marvel and what do you call it? Star Wars should have been done in tandem. Let one simmer in the background, focus on your universe over here, and then it's time for the other one. And then it's, when they said a Star Wars movie every Christmas, I was like, bullshit, this thing's going downhill. ain't no way that people are gonna be watching Star
Well,
Wars movies.
the problem with that is that the reason why it went downhill is because it wasn't every Christmas, right? It was 2015, 2016, 2017, and then they went to fucking Memorial Day. They wanted to take on the Memorial Day crowd. They thought that Star Wars would own that. Now, if they would have put The Last Jedi out in Memorial Day, you know, and
Yeah.
if, you know, for having that would have been a much bigger movie because that's a big Star Wars movie. That's Memorial Day weekend. It's not right before fucking Christmas. You know, it's like that's the big weekend that kicks off, you know, effectively kicks off summer. And then, but it was because they put Memorial Day has been hit or miss for years, depending on the movie. And so they thought Star Wars, how would Star Wars fail at Memorial Day? 5/25/77 is, you know, when the first movie came out. So obviously it's a big deal. And you're like, no, you don't even have a Star Wars movie coming out like fucking Memorial Day next year, which would be Starfighter comes out around that time, you know, but it's like, it almost feels like they're doing, you know, they're kind of like playing it a little bit easy, playing it a little bit safe with the Star Wars stuff. But I agree with you that they should alternate, right? Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel. But then there's another franchise that got thrown in the mix. That's Avatar.
Oh yeah.
You know, and Avatar wouldn't work as well as a summer movie.
You think it? So say that again.
As Avatar, in my opinion, would not work as well as a summer movie.
When did those come out? Christmas?
Christmas, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you have wintertime, 3-hour long people go. Now, granted, Oppenheimer was like a nearly 3-hour long movie, did nearly $1 billion, middle of summer a couple of years ago. You know, the Odyssey is going to come in just underneath that. I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is like over 2.5 hours long. I mean, dude, Masters of the Universe is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but it flew by real quick. You know, The Mandalorian and Grogu was a little shorter. It needed to be even shorter than what it was. You know, and so, but it's like, what else is out right now that's kind of long? Disclosure Day, I think, is just over 2 hours long. Like, summer movies do not need to be over 90 minutes. Like, you know, like keep them quick, keep them brisk, get them in, get them out.
Logistically, it makes sense if everybody, like a lot of the young people, are off at the same time, and most people try to find free time to go to the movies. Then you want to get them in and get them out.
Yeah. So, but when you're doing the holiday season, it's a little bit different because people are off for, you know, kids are off for a couple weeks. It's cold. You know, you're already out at the mall shopping. So you might go, all right, well, let's go see a movie or go get dinner, or we'll do family stuff together, more so than, you know, when you're going to the theater in the summertime. But to see the summertime, though, you know, from me working at the drive-in, we were always busier in the summertime, but that's also because we were in outdoor theater. But when we had like Lord of the Rings and shit in Christmas, we had crowds show up for it. You know, I'm like, I don't know why in God's name you want to sit out in, you know, 28-degree weather, because that's how cold it got at night. We were next to a river, you know, so it's like the wind chill off that river cooled it down quite a bit. And you want to watch a 3-hour plus movie? Okay. No, I mean, okay, fuck it. Let's go. I'm getting paid to be here. You know, as I'm sitting up. Oh shit. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got to get a I got a new a mixer, and it has the 1/4-inch plug-in for it. You know, I had to get an adapter. It's a cheapy adapter, so if I tap it the wrong way, then it just cuts out.
Oh, because you're using like a real mic.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking into a cell phone.
That's okay. No, I mean, I've got a microphone that connects to your phone that actually sounds fucking about as good as this. It was like
I got an expensive XLR mic. I don't know how to get it hooked up to my computer, but
oh, you might need to get a well, this thing I got was the Vocaster 1, and you plug in the XLR to it, and then it goes in through USB-C and has phantom power in it, everything. The setup I had before was I had a cloud lifter and I had the MV1, and that was about $300 for both of those items. And then this was like $75, you know, and it's perfectly fine.
Like a Rode NTG5.
Oh, you know what it is? I just had the Rode MX, their updated model, whatever it was. Like it's a little XLR connector to USB-C with phantom power in it, and I returned it. It sounded terrible. I kept getting feedback into it. This one, it doesn't do that. I like it a lot more.
This one's a full-on shotgun mic.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I mean, if you place it and EQ it well enough, it'll be fine.
I'll give it a try. See if I can hook it up to my computer.
Yeah, you can even get some of the shit that will connect into your phone and sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was it there yeah, there's I think Shure has some adapters that connect from like they'll do like from your phone into an XLR adapter. So you can plug in an XLR
Fuck yeah.
into your phone.
I'm gonna try that.
Like what
Big
the
ass
fuck?
shotgun microphone plugged into my phone.
Yeah, just walk around, like record on that shit, you know?
I'll put the blimp on it and everything.
Everything gets condensed, man. Everything gets condensed. It's cool shit. A couple supers here I do need to get to.
Oh, okay.
Real quick here, I'm sorry. Command Unit here for 5. Thank you. Says I still rewatch The Fallen Crown. So they say 40K AI music video, the one with the soldiers surviving multiple battles. It's the best AI video I've seen. Hey man, if it works with you, it works. That's the beauty of the AI stuff. If it works, it works, you know? And that's what the AI haters don't seem to understand is if you connect to something, then that's art. You know, and there's a lot to connect to. Is, you know, humans we perceive a lot. Rational Ear says, could you show the YouTube film section for free? Maybe if I have time tonight. But thank you for that. This is for 5. What Supergirl film are you guys talking about? You know, there are 2 Supergirl films out now, and they both suck. I mean, the one that's out now. Are you talking about the 84 Helen Slater movie?
Helen Slater seemed like a little darling at that time.
What? Yeah, I know. Like, no one ever talks shit about the Helen Slater movie. And no one ever says it's good, but like no one ever like nitpicks it to the hell and back. I don't know.
I need to watch it in its entirety. I did turn it off after like 30 minutes.
I think for
not
me,
because it was unbearable, but it was like, all right.
I just want to see Jimmy Olsen again. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah,
I was like, hey, it's fucking Jimmy Olsen, man. Oh, the hell yeah, they got that guy in it. All right, and then Command Unit here for 5. Thank you. Says, what's your take on the PS6 and the next Xbox? Bad naming scheme aside, having no physical disc anymore, I think SD cards should become the new standard. I think SD cards are a fine idea. To be fair, if you're just going to be trying to have items that are, you know, like on the card being read. Yeah, like I mean, especially if you're plugging it into something that's being, you know, if a solid state is reading it, you can read it really quick. I don't like the idea of eliminating physical media discs, the drives, directly, because I think people do get, you know, they watch 4K on their PlayStation 5. You know, I mean, if you think about it, the number one selling point of the PlayStation 2 was not that it was a game console. It was that it was the cheapest like DVD player on the market at the time, one of the cheapest. You know, that's what it was. And it could play movies, and so it had a dual purpose, right? So then the PlayStation 3 comes out, and then that had Blu-ray built in. So then they, you know, Blu-ray won the format war. So then that already had a leg up. You know, and as time goes on, the thing is, like, I ask people, like, when's the last time you physically bought a video game? You know? I bought over the Christmas time. I was at the store and they had Dead Island 2 for like $8. Brand new day 1 edition, unopened. You know, for like 2 years have been sitting there. They had it marked down to $8. I was like, fuck yeah, I bought it. Finally put the goddamn thing in yesterday because this whole physical media brouhaha popped up. And I'm like, I hurt my back bowling. So I'm like, I can't move. I'll sit at home and I'll play a game. And so I pop it in. And then you know what it does for it? It takes the disc and it reads the disc. And then it says, hold on, I need to download. And it downloads 75 gigabytes, which is already more than what the Blu-ray disc has on it anyway.
So it's doing it in conjunction with some sort of online. It's downloading from online, not off the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no. It downloaded the whole fucking game. And then it's using the disc as the verifying agent. To which case I'm like, why not just then mark that I have it? And maybe every 30 days ask me to put the disc in or something to verify, you know, or like have that code tied to my account. Therefore, it won't work in anyone else's account, sort of thing, without having the disc as an authenticator. Because that's what they should do. You know, that's what they should do. Because it's like the whole idea about Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, that game's going to be several hundred gigabytes. it doesn't fit on any kind of modern disk-based storage device. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. So
Yeah.
there's no realistic way. But when it comes to movies, right? When it comes to music, when it comes to books, comic books, graphic novels, whatever, physical matters, because at that point that art cannot be changed. It does not need to be changed. It doesn't need to be updated. It doesn't need it you know, it never the licensing agreement never goes away. You know, it can't be fucking blocked through DRM or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like those things are tangible in their own right. So therefore, that makes sense. But if I'm already buying a game like, you know, Dead Island 2, and I put it in my system and then it downloads the full fucking game, why did I even need to have a disc? You know, like, why do I even need to have it? Now, I will say the game, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's definitely like way better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm happy with that. But it's like, you know, Crimson Desert is a massive game. That's like over 100 some odd gigs. Would you know, would not fit on a disc. People are like, oh, put it on like 2 discs. I had the Xbox 360. Max Payne 3 was on 2 discs on the Xbox 360 because they didn't have a Blu-ray drive. All they had was the dual layer DVD drive. So the game was too big to fit on 1 disc for fucking Max Payne 3. You know, and it's funny because now I just beat it again like a couple weeks ago. I downloaded it because I bought it digitally. And it was I think like 14 gigabytes or something like that, which is fucking minimal by today's standards. But it was too big to fit on 1 disc. So they broke it down into 2.
I love my Blu-rays, and I only like 5 and 4Ks. I haven't really delved into the 4Ks, but it's a pinch better in image quality. There's no banding in the image like I see on streaming, and audio seems to be about like 15 to 20% higher and clear.
You're saying like compared Blu-ray to 4K or
compared to streaming?
Oh, yeah. So I mean, like I like 4K because I like the image fidelity. And I like that it doesn't drop the resolution. But I will be honest with you, as much as I love 4K, Blu-ray is fine.
Blu-ray is fine.
Right.
It wasn't really a monumental step. If we went from like DVD to 4K, that would have fucking like just blew my fucking mind. My fucking head would have exploded.
Yeah.
Going
from 720p to fucking 2160, that's a fucking leap.
That's yeah. And I did think it was still a leap when we went from VHS to DVD.
I remember that. I mean, I remember the very first DVD I watched was Disturbing Behavior. And I can't tell you I think the first VHS I remember watching is maybe E.T. Like the first movie we bought on VHS was that. Otherwise, we had just recorded off a TV. But I still remember the first time I went to Blockbuster. I have vague memories of going, but I remember going. I remember where it was at, you know, and everything, because it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen at that point in time.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, yeah, I remember getting the first movie the first movie I saw on there was Disturbing Behavior, but I'd also watched that, like, I worked at the theater when that movie came out, so I saw it like 4 times. And I had it on VHS, and I'd watched it on VHS because it had the Won't You Be My Hero music video after the movie. The Foo Fighters video, like that interspliced footage from the film.
Right. I treated myself to a Blu-ray or DVD player. And the first 2 movies I picked up, and I don't even know. I understood one choice, not the other, but I bought Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I bought Rush Hour 2. Didn't even have 1. I bought Part 2 on DVD.
Part 2 was a solid movie, though.
I don't know why, but I guess I was like an early collector because I'm coming into DVDs is when I really started collecting for myself. My dad had about 1,000 VHSs, but as I guess the early portion of my collecting career, I was like, why do I have Rush Hour? I don't even have Rush Hour 1. Why did I get because I just wanted to watch it again, I guess, in that moment. And so I picked it up and then I got it home and I was like, why?
Well, you know, the very first DVD I bought was Stargate. And it was
that makes sense.
But it was the dual-sided DVD.
Oh.
You one half of the movie on one side, one half on the other side. Like that was it. That was fucking hard to watch. I was like, God damn. Like it's just weird to think that it's been so long, since these this whole market kind of came back around. I mean, VHS was so big in the 80s and 90s for renting, then I remember when I was working at Hollywood Video in 1999, we had gotten DVD players in that we could rent. And I put down, I think, like $125 deposit to rent it. And I rented I rented The Great Escape.
Okay.
And because I had been earlier that summer, we had gone down to San Diego to go look for houses. And I'd watched like half the movie on like TBS or something from the hotel room. And I was like, this was really good. I need to watch the whole thing. And so I found it on DVD. It was like, the very first DVD I rented. And I watched it and I was like, oh, fuck, this looks amazing,
Nice.
And it's just like, cause like the quality going from 480 to 720, that's a crisper. Now from 720 to 1080, it's nicer. You know what I mean? It's nicer. And 1080 is pretty standard with what we look at most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Like television and everything else. But then it's like you get into like the 4K, just depends on the movie. Just like when I was watching the Ninja Turtles 4K collection that I've got, it's like you can like all the film grain is there, like everything, but it's crisper and it just looks like I'm watching it on 35 millimeter again. And I think that's the thing for like older movies, 4K is kind of the way to go.
Oh yeah, because the film blows up properly to 4K, where like a lot of the movies in the early 2000s were shot on the Arri Alexa, which was a 2.8K camera. Like all the way, like as far as I can remember, up to like the first Deadpool movie was not shot in 4K, but they try to upscale it because it was digital.
Well, yeah, I think one of the biggest problems too is like, it's like when I was first filming on the Panasonic HVX.
Okay.
That's an oldie, right? That's fucking.
I regretted not getting the HVX. I bought some Sony other competitor.
I co-owned it, right? I co-owned it because my buddy who ran the studio that I was kind of helping out at, he had this whole thing where he was like, "Hey man, let's oh no. What it was is his that was another scam that I got caught up in with him. But his daughter was being born. And he was like, "Listen, I don't have the money to buy the HVX because my wife just went into labor and we don't have health insurance. So we got to pay for this out of pocket. Could you loan me some money so I can buy this camera?" And he goes, "And you can use it whenever you want." And I'm like, all right, and it just a few $100s. It wasn't much. I was like, okay. Gave him the money, bought the camera, right? Then he goes
to complete the purchase, not the whole camera.
No, to complete the purchase. He bought multiple P2 cards.
Okay.
Right.
I was like, and then you buy me the camera and I'll let you. I was like, what kind of deal?
No. It was he had most of the money. I would argue he had like 90% of the money or 95% of the money.
Okay.
I came in with like just to save for like the last little bit, like just paid the sales tax sort of thing, right? It was like it wasn't much.
Yeah.
And plus, like at the time, I was at the studio all the time, right? Like we had fingerprint ID to get in. I was on there. I was sleeping there on my days off. I was there all the time, like every fucking chance I could. So I was like, all right, fine, cool. And so we get it, and then he goes and he gets that little adapter that has the spinning glass on it. I forget what it's called, but
it's the like, was it the Lettuce 35 millimeter adapter?
I couldn't. Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know the name of it specifically.
You put SLR lenses on it, and it has like a ground glass that spins and vibrates.
It's meant to, it's meant to look like you're shooting it with the. I don't know if it was meant to mimic the 35 millimeter, like the DSLR. This was before, like, this is like 2007.
Yeah, I own that thing too. I had it on my camera.
We shot it a bunch and it looked good, but it's also like the max resolution that the HVX could do was 720p.
720p, yeah.
And then when we went to LA a couple years later, now all of a sudden everyone's got these 5Ds, 7Ds that are shooting 1080. And like they're using all these different like the DSLR lenses and they're shooting on the SD card. Like it just everything went from like 0 to fucking 60, like overnight. Like the leap. And then you had like my favorite thing. This is gonna sound so bad, but my favorite thing was when I was when you peruse adult entertainment and you can see when they shoot it with a fucking DSLR.
Yeah.
Right? They bring in whoever the fuck, like the cinematographer, they bring in a guy who knows how to shoot, right, with the DSLR, and they bring him in and they're like, okay, shoot this fucking movie, like shoot this porno like it's a movie. You know, do that.
Because everybody was crazy about depth of field at the time because we all came from camcorders, and YouTube was flooded with Canon 5D Mark II depth of field tests. It would just be so many racking focus, like that was it.
Yeah.
But we were impressed by it.
It was super impressive. Like, I don't think people realize how impressive it was. Like, you might think now, I'll put it like this: every time I take photos of my kids, right, I always do like portrait mode, and I try to get like a nice bokeh effect and make it look good, you know. And then like I'll send the pictures to my girlfriend, like, oh, I took some pictures of the girls. So then she'll fucking post them on Facebook, and she'll be like, oh, you know, like she makes it out like she took the photos. Like that's my photography, you know, like, so it's kind of funny on that one, but it's true, like it just looks more professional, you know.
Yeah,
it just
because
looks more,
everything was on the like the HVX camcorder days. Everything was just flat because the sensors were so small.
well, yeah,
You
well,
couldn't
there's
really get depth of field yet that easy unless you
when,
zoomed in.
when we shot In Search Of, that was on, it wasn't the HVX, it was like an HP something or another. It was still 720, but
Right.
it was like a you know, a different model, but it was a couple years newer. Right?
Okay.
Like the HVX came out in like 06, 07, somewhere in there, right?
Yeah.
And this one was like 2010. So it was like the next model. And you know, and my roommate Jeff, he shot the movie, and like it was his camera. You want to dude, you want to hear how he got it? This is so fucking true. All right. So we moved to LA. He's got None of us have any job prospects. None of us. We have our savings, and that's it, right? So like he's never really held a job before. Like I know he's held one job, like at Target in like the photography department, that he got from another friend of ours.
Okay.
That's his only job. We moved to LA. Right? He talks to his dad. His dad basically says, "Son, you are an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment, and I'm going to bail you out because it reflects badly on me."
Wow.
And so he tells him, says, "I will give you $30,000 advance on your inheritance for you to get whatever gear you need to get to make a life for yourself there." And now his dad had also already bought him like a brand new Scion. Like, this is the thing, like Jeff always failed upward. I don't get it. He's really good at that. You know, and so like
He
his
had
dad
some legacy money safety nets under him.
his yeah, I mean, like he was an only child. His mom, very nice lady, you know, kind of just like whatever, you know, whatever with it went on. He's not like he's like not talented. You know, we haven't been friends since 2012, but that's a whole other fucking story. But like, you know, I knew him from like 2005 to 2012, and I looked at this kid like a little brother. I drug him everywhere, you know, like more so. I hung out with him more than my own like younger brother. Like we're talking like E3s. We're talking like different video game conventions, different movie premieres. Fucking, if I knew of something going on, I would drag him with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and so we get up there, and like he tells me this, and I'm laughing like, your dad hates you. And he's like, yeah, I know, right? But he sat down, he figured out all the gear he needed to get, and he got it. We're talking camera, batteries, carry cases, fucking audio gear, $5,000 audio setup, dude. 2 fucking lavalier mics, right? Like the fucking nice Sennheiser, fucking packs and shit. That whole kit was like $5,000. You know, and I used it. They would bring me on some jobs to use it, and I was looking at buying one myself. I just didn't have the credit to buy it. I didn't have the money to invest. I should have done it, to be fair. You know, and then I would have been able to go and get work, because that was the biggest problem. Was like in San Diego, I would get brought on to do grip work or key grip work or whatever, right? You know, so I was always brought on to these things. In LA, you know how it is, man. You have to have the gear, like you are the operator.
Yeah.
You know, and so like they there was never any money to pay for another guy to work crew, so you had like, so that was kind of put me on the outs. So I should have probably bought it and everything else, which might be one of the reasons why, like when like with my fucking, you know, Shure SMB that I'm on right now, like having high audio fidelity is important to me because of shit like that.
Yeah.
And so it's just like all that stuff happened with him, and he got, his dad just bought him all this fucking shit, dude. And then like, he would work with the other guy whose name literally is Ace. That is the other guy, the guy who I bought the HVX with.
Oh yeah.
His name is Ace. That is his legal fucking name.
Nice.
And so they worked together quite a bit, and they'd always go off and be shooting stuff and whatever, and the downside though to it is like I helped Ace when he was down on his luck, like with the camera, not only that, a couple years later, he messages me and he goes like, "Hey man, do you want to make some fast money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes like, "All right, so Microsoft is doing this deal with eBay that if you buy something through like a link or something, like someone's offer, they will give you the price of what you paid for it back. So like you'll get the money you spent back or whatever the fuck it was, right? You'll make money." So he's like, "I got a P2 card, $650. You buy it for $650. And then we'll get that back or whatever, and then we'll split the money." So he's like, it's like an easy $325 or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, okay, I trust you because I trust him. And you guys gotta understand, I was managing the drive-in. I was making $9 an hour. $650 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like $650 is like a fucking paycheck, because like I was only working like 4 days a week there, and we were never going full time.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right. So I gave him the money. He made the listing. I bought it. We go through the whole thing. Guess what happens? Gets rejected. Because, and I forgot this, a couple years earlier, Ace was trying to sell his DeLorean because he had a DeLorean. And he was selling the DeLorean, and he had asked me to put a bid on it to help kind of elevate the price. So because I'd already previously bid on something that he had listed, they were like, "Clearly you guys know each other. This deal doesn't work." And I'm like, "Well, that sucks. So let me get my $650 back." And then he goes, "Yeah, about that." I'm like, "What do you mean about that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because that kind of wiped me the fuck out.
What did you do with it?
He bought a fucking grip truck.
Oh.
He found this photographer out of like LA or something that had like this grip truck. Nice little grip truck. The guy wanted like $3,500 for it. Right? So Ace took
That's
this
cheap.
Yeah, real cheap. This thing had a fucking it had just recently gotten a new AC unit put in. This guy would go to like fucking Burning Man with it, you know what I mean? Or Coachella and shit. And like that was what he would sleep in. And Ace is like, "It's a grip truck." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And he's like, "I bought a grip truck." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, but like your money helped." And I'm like, "What do you fucking okay?" Like you never told me about that, And I'm like, "That's a lot of money." And he's like, "Yeah, no, but hear me out." Like he's like, "We can go on gigs. We can actually like go on gigs and like bring everything and shit." So true to his word. The very first feature film I worked on, he brought me on. We shot it in South Central.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a shitty movie.
Permits or what?
No, we shot it in someone's fucking loft, on a busy ass street. They were, shot it mostly at night, because after 6 p.m. the whole street shut down. But yeah, it was a real low budget movie. It was more or less a play that the lady had wanted to turn into a movie. She was self-financing everything. I made like $100 a day. We shot for like 5 days. And, it was like, but it was all like one location for that part of the shoot. And, in the very opening shot of the movie, it was like, the idea there is that these two people wake up in bed naked in a loft. They don't know how they got there. And so the lady thinks that they had sex. The guy thinks that they had sex. And so the opening of the movie is her waking up in bed and looking over and seeing his silhouette against the window. And you see his butt. Right. And the actor, his name was Gil. He's a bodybuilder from Brazil. Gil from Brazil. Okay. Bodybuilder. He's fucking, this dude's ripped, right? So we got him framed with some lighting, and the director, JP, this is the first shot, by the way, the fucking movie. And JP's like, "All right, Matt, can you go over there and adjust the lights a little bit?" I said, "Yeah, okay, cool." And I go over and I'm just kind of adjusting the lights, and I'm maybe like 2 feet away from this fucking guy. right? He's fucking nude, by the way. He, without fucking thinking, sees me, turns and goes, "Oh, hello," right? And then, but not. He didn't just turn his fucking head. He turned his body. And so all of a sudden, I'm looking at fucking dong, dude. You know, and I'm like, and the guy, dude, he had a full fucking bush, right? And I just kind of like, my brain went like, "Don't you guys invent the waxing? What the fuck, right?" Like, I'm like, okay. So I kind of left and got the hell out of there. You know, I'm just going like, I did not need to see that man's penis today. That is not something I needed to see. But I did. Said hello. Those are crazy. It's just, you know, but we shot with the grip truck and we, you know, did a few other things. You know, and then he never gave me the money back for it. He said he was going to. He owes me like $1,000. But he's not like, you know, he's not talking to me anymore, so I'm never gonna get that money.
I miss being on set though. That's the only thing that that doesn't get me enthusiastic about AI. I love being on set.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is? I think what the combination is gonna be when you can go to a soundstage and you can film on a soundstage, and then you can ingest that into Video Village, and then have that go right back into the editing bay, and then be able to start seeing it come together with the AI and, you know, right then and there.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to go to one location and get everything. I mean, I still like, even though filmmaking, it does take a lot out of you. Oh man, it does get tiring.
Like, this is the thing people don't realize when you talk about film is like, you're on fucking set for 10 to 12 hours a day, like on average, like, and it doesn't change. You know, it's like you get to know everybody really well. And that's where you meet, like, that's where you'll find people who work in the industry that are like, "Can I be around you for this amount of time?" You know, and here's the thing, that's also a big part too of like why so many mediocre people keep getting work.
Those are pleasant.
They're pleasant to be around, you know, like one of the things like, and I have, and you know, like I could be a dick on here because I have opinions and shit. But when I'm on set, I'm like, where do you need me to be? What do you need me to do? What can I do to help? I do the same thing at my job. You know, like when I first got my job, ran into my bosses one night and their shit was kind of crazy. And they're like, you know, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm everywhere. I mean, whatever you need me to do, I'll do. And he's like, that's the right fucking answer. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and then as they never fucking question me on anything, because they know that I'm reliable and that I'm pleasant. And that's the key, is like that overall will do more to get you work. Cause it's like James Gunn, by the way, has a rule called the no assholes rule. And if they are going to hire somebody, you know, bring in an actor or whatever, they'll make the calls. They'll do their due diligence, and they will look around and be like, okay, you know, like, who is this person cool? Basically.
Yeah.
And like, that will go a long way in Hollywood. Like there are, if you know, a lot of, and I actually really respect that. You know, I do really respect that, because you are in an enclosed location with a lot of people for a very long time, especially if you're shooting these, you know, you're shooting 12-hour days, 10, 12-hour days, and you don't get the full turnaround. Like if you're a union, you'll get the full, like, I think 10-hour turnaround time or some shit like that. But like on a non-union set, you're you know, you're wrapping up at 6 a.m. You're back at noon.
Yeah.
Like you sleep where you can, sort of thing. And if you're, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, the comedian Patrice O'Neill had broke that down and said that's why he didn't get a lot of jobs, and realized that he was an asshole. He's all, they will turn down an actor unless that actor is going to bring money to the project. They will go with a mediocre actor over a good one because he's fucking pleasant. And the same thing with the crew.
No, it's very true. It's very true. I think because people don't, you know, it's a business, but it's also like you have to have personal relationships.
Oh yeah.
Like,
You don't want no liabilities on the set that's going to slow shit down, or fuck,
Yeah.
why did you bring this guy? Whose fault is it? You know?
Yeah. Every time I'd go to set, I'm always like, all right, what do you need me to do? Like, whatever you need, I'll do it. I got no problem. Like, I'm not going to sit here and bitch about jobs or bitch about whatever. I'm not even going to bitch about how long it is. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. Like I did this guy I was working with a couple times, you know, we worked on an episode of, what was that boxing show on ESPN? The Contender. We went to Huntington Beach and shot some stuff for an episode of The Contender.
Nice.
Like I think like Evander Holyfield was there, or no, was it Sugar Ray Leonard? One of those guys was there. It was pretty cool. I'm not into boxing, so I was kind of like not phased by it, but it's still pretty cool, and like that was a fun day. We ended up on Redondo Beach at like sunset. That was really cool. And then the guy hits me up again and he's like, "Hey man, I got like another gig. We're doing a Jack in the Box training video." I'm like, "All right, let's go." So like, we got to this Jack in the Box in a shitty part of San Diego in the morning, set everything up, like homeless people like doing crack cocaine in the bathroom type shitty. But what we were doing there is we were interviewing a manager who had been, with fucking Jack in the Crack for like 23 years. And then from there we went to their test kitchen and we shot a bunch of stuff in their test kitchen restaurant, which is open to the public, So that was where we had a whole bunch of like VPs that were there and we had lunch there. And that was where they go, "Okay, whatever you guys want to order, whatever food you want. It's on us." Like, based free Jack in the Box is still free Jack in the Box. I don't care. Right. So then they're going like, "Oh, the VPs are coming over going like, oh, here, try this. This is our new items. These are the new things we're testing." So we're getting all this like sample fucking food, which is awesome too. Then we head over for the final part of the day. We travel over to their corporate headquarters because they're based in San Diego. And we're shooting a bunch of stuff there for their managerial training video. Well, at one point they were down somebody and they look at me and go, "Hey, Matt, you're wearing a nice enough shirt. Why don't you go sit down and be a manager?" And I'm like, on it. So I just sat there, fucking had been working since 6 a.m, tired as shit. I'm like, all right. I'm sitting there looking like I'm paying attention to what this person is saying. So in some Jack in the Box manager training video, you'll see my dumbass. And now granted, this is like 2008 or whatever, 2009. So like it's probably been refilmed by then, but for a time, but I'm saying like through like the process of reverse osmosis, you kind of end up in these situations that
I
are
was
fun.
the opposite situation. I shot some pretty seedy stuff. Let's just say that.
Like adult content or whatever, or what?
Yeah. And let's just say the director of this adult content is probably not getting out of jail for probably about 15 more years.
Yeah. Sorry, let me say, Music Man, is when I say $650, I'm talking $650, not $6.50. Yeah, I've never done anything involving pornography or anything close to that. I've never been involved. And that's not to say I would, well, nowadays I wouldn't do it, but like back then I probably would have.
Well, I was like 20.
Yeah, I'd been like, "You want me to film what?" Like, "Okay, can I get creative?"
I put out an ad on MySpace, and I just got my Sony camera instead of the HVX. And
Oh,
I just said, I put out an ad that said, I'm but a man with a camera. If you need help with a project, these are the specs of the camera that I got. Let me know. And then some guy hit me up, and we met at the Block of Orange, and he was talking about a short film that he wanted to do. And he had all kinds of ideas and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, this sounds pretty fascinating to shoot." It was like a neo noir type of thing. Some hints of like sexuality in it, but nothing like risque. And I was like, "Okay, cool." We kind of locked, agreed on the vision of his film, and we were going to work together. And before we left, he said, "Oh, but I have this other thing I have to go to. You want to go on this other shoot with me?" And I think he kind of swindled me. He sold me one project and asked me to tag along with him on this project. "Well, bring your camera." I was like, "You motherfucker." And like I realized that afterwards. I was like, "Oh, this guy fucking actually he just needed a DP for this project." And I won't even get into the description of it, but I was like, that was like the most amount of filth that I was ever involved in. And I didn't work with this guy because I realized that he kind of, played me to use my camera.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then I read up about him later, and he worked with some pretty famous female talents, and he was ripping them off, writing bad checks. One of them claimed that he, you know, forced himself on him.
Ooh, that's not good.
And then, because he would do a lot of like those POV where he would hold the camera movies, and like, yeah, so he went to jail for a long time. Like, fuck.
So, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So want me to tell you one of the craziest ones that I got was when I first moved to LA, I was looking for work, right?
Mhm.
And so I was on Craigslist looking for stuff. And this guy responds. His name is Simon, and he's an actor from Florida, I think. And he was looking to do a movie, and he had a budget for $200,000. And he's like, "Hey, you write me a treatment, I will go ahead and I will, I'll pay you like $2,000." And he wanted this like action adventure movie or whatever. So I wrote him this idea, came up with this whole idea and shit. He's Haitian, right? He's from Haiti. He's going to be in Miami and shit, Well, the thing was, he tells me that he wanted to he had been given a budget of $1 million, and he wanted to take 800,000 of that and do this movie, and then take 200,000 of that and do the other movie, the one that I was writing for him.
Okay.
And I'm like, I just want money. I don't give a fuck. Like, that ain't my thing. And so I came up with this idea, and I sent him off to him, and he liked it a lot, and it was it was like, but he never went anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I trying to find like if I forget what it was. I'm looking up his name on fucking on what's on my Gmail here, and I found an email from him October 17th, 2011. But Gmail, I don't know if I deleted a bunch of, I don't think I did. But it just kind of like oh yeah, here we go. This is he emailed, yeah, I guess we must have been talking another way or some shit like that, because like I don't have anything else here. He just gives me his number. Damn it, that's all I've got. I've noticed, here's the thing. I've noticed that Gmail has deleted a bunch of my old emails.
Yeah.
Like just auto deleted them. That
Yeah.
that pisses me the fuck off.
That happened with my Hotmail. I was using Hotmail up until like 2 years ago.
Trying to find if he did anything here, because like 2011 would have been when I sent him that stuff, and I don't know if he would have done TV series. I don't know. He probably never did. Yeah. Okay. I don't think he ever made the movie, because what did he direct? Let's see. What did he direct? Producing director. I'm just kind of looking through here. He's just like, Evil Deeds 3 video, Click, Extending the Cut TV show. Yeah. Okay. So he just did he didn't really do any features.
No.
Okay. Because I was kind of laughing. I'm like, what if he did take the pitch that I had done and then made the movie? Right? Like that would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Right? Like that would be really funny, because then it's like, all right, well, what'd you do? Like, did you make any money? Do I have any evidence to back any of this up? And the answer to that is probably not. If I don't have the emails anymore, then so it is what it is. I just think that's always kind of funny, because that's LA for you.
I don't think I'd be cut out for LA.
It's like I said, if I could, I would absolutely go back to San Diego, right? No questions asked. But LA is an entirely different it's an entirely different beast in and of itself. And it's also not the same. It's also not even what it was when I was there, like all those years ago, right? Like I left like 14 years ago. So it's not even anywhere near the same. Like I only know a few people that I met there that are still there. There's a lot of people that I met there that have left. And they've like, I just can't do it anymore. It's just not worth it. It's way too much. It's, everything else. And so, and plus the jobs aren't there.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're going to do anything in LA, you're doing this, what you're doing is like under the table work for the most part. You're going to do, short films that don't pay, because you want the exposure, you want the experience, you want to meet people. You're going to go to all these networking events that are full of the same people. And again, these are not bad people by any capacity.
No.
These are people who don't have anything, and they're looking for people who do. So they are trying to, they're trying to find their in. And when you find so many of those people it just becomes, impossible.
You ever watch the movie Starry Eyes?
No.
It pretty much kind of really encapsulates pretty well the depiction of young filmmakers and the social gatherings. It's like like a minor part of the movie, but like you really feel like you're compounding your skills with other people who don't have any connections to, hoping that you hit something, and you get the idea that it's really not going to happen. You got to go out and make something on your own instead of like hanging out in these circles with a bunch of people that are hoping that the person who walks in the door, who is you at times, is the person that will have some sort of lead that'll take them to where they want to.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for somebody who's going to take them somewhere that they want to, and you're all the same person.
Yeah. And it's one of the hardest parts of it.
Yeah.
It is, and it's like I look at everything and I'm just going like, man, like what does that mean now? Right? Like what does that mean to kind of get to that level of success? Like will I ever be like a YouTuber like I was? No, not at all. I mean, if I was in the same situation I was when everything blew up back in 2014, maybe it'd be a little bit different. I'd be able to maybe rebuild again because I'd have the time to like dedicate to like doing individual content, because look, I mean, as much as I enjoy, chit chat and hanging out, like the stream's been on now for 3.5 hours. We've got 25 people watching. Thank you guys, by the way. But it's like this stream will most likely not be monetized because we watch shit from Tubi. It'll probably be claimed. And people, for the most part, maybe like Perp will listen to the whole thing. Hi, Perp. But really, it's kind of like these are for people who are watching live after the fact. A lot of people don't really watch, and that's fine. That's okay. Like I'm not looking to do like the daily content. I wouldn't mind. It's just difficult. I'd rather do other things. I'd rather like work on the AI shit. At least that's something I can control, or work on like the short story shit. That seed audio thing. Like that's kind of cool. Like I could actually finally work on the fucking audio drama shit that I want.
Yeah, I really want to look into that, or actually, I want to try it out because the what was the 11 Labs? It was very hit or miss when you're working with multiple voices and trying to get them to interact with each other and stuff like that, and kind of like how when AI doesn't give you a take that you want, it does randomize its takes when it recites your dialogue back from a script that that you put into it, and I found it very frustrating.
No, it is. It can be. It can be. And that's like it's like it's also like when you're trying to figure out like, like how to, like let's say writing like short stories or whatever, right? I was doing that for a minute, still need to.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing of like, okay, well, like you have to go and promote it, right? Well, I haven't been promoting it and I haven't gotten any fucking reads as a result of that.
Oh, so you posted it and it hasn't got any hits?
Yeah, well, you see, a big reason for that has a lot to do with I have a pen name, and I haven't been promoting it through my standard means.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like I haven't done that, and that's my own problem. But I'm also okay with that because for me, I'm just learning. I'm looking at like what is the right way, of doing stuff, right? Or like learning how to tell better stories. So I'm not worried so much about anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like I have less time, even though I do have the time to do stuff. But I was like, fuck, there's only so many hours in the day.
Well, there's not only that, but you're also going like, fuck, you got family shit, you got like work shit, you got your life shit, and like everything gets in the way. And the older you get, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
So like my whole point, the thing is like, if you are unattached in the moment, go do your shit now. Like legitimately, like take that fucking vacation, fucking like, go do something you want to go do. Spend that money now because saving ain't going to do shit.
Exactly.
So it's really not.
I concur.
But I do need to get going. It's 3.5 hours and I'm kind of getting hungry.
Okay.
So And I need to take my my ibuprofen because my side is starting to flare up. I don't know if you heard me mention that earlier. I fucking
Your back?
It's my side and my back. So I slept on my back wrong last weekend. You know how it is the older you get, right? Fucking pinch nerves take you out for days. And so I was feeling okay, but I took the kids bowling, and I went bowling, and I even chose a lighter ball. I chose a 10-pounder just because I thought that's like the lightest ball they had, you know. But we did 2 games, so we did 20 frames, and so that's 40 fucking back and forths, right? And so I was fine. And then I woke up yesterday, and it was just like from my kneecap to my lower ribs, everything is just on fire.
Fuck.
And I'm just, it was bad. So it feels better now, but it still hurts.
Take your ibuprofen, man.
Yeah, because I'm getting
that shit's magical. That shit got me through COVID.
Well, yeah. Hold on here. The fucking siren thing that finished up a while back here. We'll just.
Oh yeah, you had the second take.
This is second take of it. Let's see how it is. I haven't watched this. All right. Okay. Sound is okay. I like it.
Was it different? Did it add more rain in your changes?
It added a bit more. Here's the first one. There's more rain. But I like the sound of the monster better.
Yeah.
But I like that it's really the POV is a little bit too shaky.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe it, and there could be a bit more sound effects, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna shit on it. For just like that one take.
Yeah. I mean, look all the production value you get out of it and everything for what it took you like 7 minutes to write.
Well, yeah, I mean, not even that. Look at this right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring it up on the big screen. But
it gives you a breakdown of everything it did.
Yeah, it created a storyboard. Check this out. It created a fucking storyboard.
Nice.
So it took the everything, right? The fucking PNG I found, to give us a character reference, a siren head, and then it gives us the top-down blocking diagram. Like, dude, and then it gives us the second-by-second shot breakdown.
Oh, the track, the fucking. Oh, that's nice.
Look at that. And then it's like pushes through the trees, handheld, lighting, mood, style motifs and shit. I mean, like, whoa.
Too bad you can't bend the tracking around and then generate the new take.
It even has the director of photography, Dean Cundy.
Wow. Okay.
Low key anamorphic dread, deep black negative space, subjective handheld POV, slow reveal, threat behind frame.
Have you ever tried, since you're out in the woods, like take pictures with whatever, maybe your cell phone or if you have a DSLR or whatever, and then use those to do to make your AI's photo real? I mean, these look stylistically realistic, but they still have like that kind of artificial. There's those AIs where it's like, wait, is that real? I can't tell. And then there's AIs like that looks detailed and cool, but I know it's not real.
I need to. That's kind of the thing, right? Like I was thinking about a long time ago, like a really long time ago. And yes, I'll get to the super chats, guys. I was not going to leave without answering those. I'm sorry. I wanted to do this stop motion Lego, right? Thing like in my backyard. Just kind of like do a little dumb story, whatever. And no, it wasn't Lego. It was like generic action figures I bought at the Dollar Tree. And I'd go out there, I'd take pictures and I would do like comic book stuff with that. And I realized that my desire is there, but my artistic talent is not, and so this will actually really allow me to do all that shit.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty based. So it's like, yeah, I can go out, to the woods. I live right on the outskirts of the fucking Capitol Forest, so there are, bears and everything nearby, and everything, and then head out there, and we get some dark, gloomy atmospheric weather here. It's in the Northwest and shit, and yeah, if put that together. I mean, I could definitely kind of do a very similar thing by finding an old, like, oh man, I wish I would have done this when I was in the census. Some of the houses I went to in the census were like downright creepy. Like I'm talking like downright, like some of the, I jokingly refer to one of them as more or less pulled directly out of an episode of Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those moments where, if you ever think you have somebody, if you ever feel like you're being watched, it's one of those moments where I'm walking around going like, I think somebody's watching me. And I'm just here to get census info. And I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out. I got the fuck out of there. I was like, fuck this shit, dude. I'm gone. And I was the person they sent in at the end of the census to get the hard to reach people. Like the people who were threatening violence. They're like, Matt will get them. That's why I said it's like the best job I ever fucking had.
Nice.
So, but all right, yeah. Let me get the super chats here. If you want to take off, that's all good.
Will do. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely chit chat again. If my back is still hurting me tomorrow, I'm just gonna call out from work because I'm like, there's no point. I'm not gonna drive for fucking 12 hours.
Yeah.
If my back is killing me, it's like, no, man, it's not worth it. I think it's a light day tomorrow too. It's like I don't start till 7:00. I don't even know. Let me see. Knowing my luck, they'll be like, yeah, you start at 7 p.m., but you'll get off at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Driving for 12 hours?
I do that all the time. Yeah. I mean, not driving like constantly for 12 hours. I guess
pickups, multiple pickups, or
yeah. Well, so tomorrow it's showing me taking someone to fucking Bremerton. That's out there. No, that's picking someone up in Bremerton. Okay. And then at 12:45 a.m. taking a group of 10 people to Snoqualmie, which is about a half hour away from the airport. And then
what is it called that you do? Like
I do shuttle driving.
Oh, okay.
So I do shuttle. I pick people up. I take them where they need to go, and that can be a wide variety of places. Actually, that can be I go a lot of different places. How long is that drive? That is 35 minutes from the airport. About 38 minutes, depending. Okay. And then let's see. And then okay. An hour and 47. Okay. So check this out, right? So I start at 7:25 tomorrow. I got to drive all the way to Bremerton. That's like an hour and a half north of where we are. Pick up somebody, take them to the airport, then pick up 10 people, take them a half hour, 40 minutes east of the airport, and then drive an hour and 47 minutes back. I think I'm going to work tomorrow, even if my back is killing me. If I'm only doing 2 runs.
Wow.
That is a lot of driving. But here's the thing. If I'm in one of our newer vans, it's got a seat warmer. Right? They got a seat warmer. And that, oh man, that is on a fucking, even on a hot summer day, man, my back is toasty warm. So I might just work. But all right, let me
get out of here and let you finish up. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Take care, everybody.
Chat again, definitely. All right, fourth 1,000, everybody. Thank you so much, buddy. All right, so let's see here. Command Unit 45 says, my hope is that with the Steam Machine and Steam Deck having SD card slots, it would become a PC standard also so that PC physical games can exist. I am not against there being physical in the form of SD card. It is a sturdier medium. It is definitely a sturdier it's got the readability. It's not a disc, it's got a lot more durability is what I'm trying to say. So I think that could work out pretty well. And yeah, I think if consoles went that route, that would definitely be something. That would be a way to get physical. But would people accept it? Right? If you were, it's kind of like opening up a Nintendo Switch cartridge. It's a cartridge. Are people wanting cartridges? Does it lessen the physical media part of it, right? Is the delivery method something that could be seen as being bad? That becomes a question. And I don't know the answer to that. I'd be fine with it, but that's me. Like, what about other people? I don't quite know. This is here with a very random question. What are your thoughts of Bill Gates being in the Epstein files? Well, considering that Bill Gates was out there more or less trying to, he was cheating on his wife, now his ex-wife, and his ex-wife was not too happy about that. And he was also, he gave her an STD apparently. So what the fuck, Bill Gates? What the fuck indeed? So that's my thoughts on that one. He didn't go to the island as far as I know, but he's, fucking still kind of piece of shit for that. It's it's so weird how all of these people turn, how they behave. Command Unit here for $2. Thank you. Says, would you buy films if they were on SD cards? That becomes a question. Would I still get access to, like, what would the delivery method of that be? Would there still be a menu? Would there still be bonus features? But you can get a fucking 200 gigabyte SD card, and put a fucking 100 gigabyte movie on there, and you would have lossless broadcasting. So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I already watch digital movies. It's kind of the same thing, right? Like, I remember back in the day, I had a PlayStation portable, and the price of the memory card on that was insane. But I would download episodes of like Spider-Man, the animated series, heavily compressed episodes of Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s. And I'd put it on the PlayStation, memory card and play it in the portable. While I was at work, I'd watch them on break. So I probably wouldn't be against it, but it'd be kind of weird. And then also Command Unit here says, I hate depth of field so much, not going to lie. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I like depth of field. For me, it works. But all right, guys, I think that's good. Yeah. Oh, I just moved and I'm feeling it. Yep. I need to go put a hot heating pad on because I'm old and I'm injured. Old man Jarbo. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for chilling. I appreciate it. Have yourself a great night. Go watch a movie and talk to you guys later. Peace the fuck out.